I think what you're trying to ask is why am I so insistent upon giving out to them that blackness, that black power, that black pushing them to identify with black culture. I think that's what you're asking. I have no choice over it. In the first place, to me, we are the most beautiful creatures in the whole world, black people. I mean, and I mean that in every sense, outside and inside. And to me, we have a culture that is surpassed by no other civilization, but we don't know anything about it. So again, I think I've said this before in the same interview. I think at some time before, my job is to somehow make them curious enough or persuade them by hook or crook to get more aware of themselves and where they came from and what they are into and what is already there, and just to bring it out. This is what compels me to compel them. And I will do it by whatever means necessary. When I'm finished working, as tired as I am, and my work completely takes all my energy, unfortunately. But when there are kids who come backstage afterwards who want to talk or who are moved to the point, sometimes they're moved to tears. I want to know more about it, and they shake my hand and they kiss me and they want to talk about their problems. I find the time to do so as much as I can. I discourage breakfasts and speeches because I don't make speeches, but I will go out of my way, in spite of the fact that I'm too tired to do it, to talk to them at least for 5 minutes or so, to to sock to them the same message that I just finished doing on stage, and perhaps to hear some of their grievances, or just to make them feel that they are not alone. Because when you have a few colored kids in a huge white college, any way you cut it, they are alienated and they feel it. So when I come, I feel a responsibility. They're so glad to see me because I represent something to them, and I can't give them enough. You know, they need me. They need me, and when I'm needed, I have to give. I curse myself afterwards for having no voice usually and being so exhausted that I can't do anything for myself. But when they need me for, and the most important thing is they are our future. It's an investment as far as I am concerned. When I invest time in young people from colleges, I know that I'm going to get that bread back. You know, bread cast upon the water comes back. Because when I see them doing their thing one day and I'm too old to do anything but sit and look at them, I'm going to say, well, I was part of that. I never intend for my children to look at me and be ashamed and say, Mama, why didn't you do something? I will have done mine. Pathways of my and so every time I talk to them, it's an investment to me.
Greetings, esteemed black homeschooling parents. Baba Amin here, and I'm here to let you know that it's time to take charge of our children's education like never before. And I have exciting news for you. The Uhuru Academy online K-12 private school and homeschool partnership is here to change the game. And we're enrolling. Listen up. Our curriculum is proudly African-centered, empowering young minds with knowledge that celebrates our rich heritage, our roots, and our greatness. Yes, you heard that right. We have students from all corners of the world, and our vision is to create a generation of leaders who are visionary, confident, and empowered. Black homeschooling parents, let's unite and give our children the gift of an education that fuels their pride, elevates their potential, and ignites their passion for greatness. Visit us at uhuruacademy.com to secure your child's position at the Uhuru Academy, the premier partner in empowering our leaders of tomorrow. Peace.
Yeah, it's still a lot of debate about who we are. Cats arguing, we ain't African, we ain't black, we ain't this, we ain't that. Man, truth is, we all of that. Cause all of that come from us, you know what I'm saying? It's all about where you gon' fit in. Yeah. Yo, what's your name? You an African, an American, or an Israelite? Black or more, Muhammad, or a provocateur, what the business like? You Malcolm X, my enemy, Chief Turner, Dr. King, keep a burner, you repeat. Look at me, who you see? I'm garbage when I rap a bar. Every line is a blacker star. I'm master far cause I understand who these crackers are. Nat Turner's my avatar, my attitude so desolate. I'm a mocking dog, these motherfuckers. Dr. Cotton, these Europeans know what I mean. I'm Farrakhan, never will I run. Robert Williams, nigga with a gun. George and Jonathan Jackson, Dr. Joseph Ben, Yakanan. Show and prove like Dr. Clark. I'm a goon cause I got the heart. I'm Dubois cause I'm hella smart. I'm Denzel cause I got the part. I'm Bianchi, Sutton Kufu, Mansa Musa, Shaka Zulu. I'm with Mia, I'm with Tulu. If I was Jesus, what would you do? I'm a Negro and I'm colored. I'm your nigga and your brother. Yeah, I kill you, but I love you. Accept your own and reject the other. What's your name?
What's your name? And why don't you now know what your name was then? Where did it go? Where did you lose it? Who took it? And how did he take it? What tongue did you speak? How did the man take your tongue? Where is your history? How did the man wipe out your history? What did the man do to make you a tongue?
What's your name? It's the Chigaboo, it's the Porsche Monkey, it's the Sambo, it's the Oreo, maybe Revolution is just too much for the handle. I ain't carry no scandal, I ain't scary, got ammo. Harry Tubman with a candle, time to pick up the mantle. I'm a son to I ain't Queen of Zinga, Nefertiti and Queen Amina, Hatshepsut and the Queen of Sheba. She thinks she God, please believe her. Name is Osada, great escape. Angela Davis, feet safe. Winnie Mandela, refuse to break. I'm anime, refuse to hate. I see straight through cause I'm late today. Miss Fannie Lou, I got things to say. Miss Shirley Chisholm, I paved the way. The homie queen came to slay. Better Shabazz, I mean my Malcolm. Black love is the only outcome. I won't stop until y'all have some. I'm not set, this shit gon' happen. I'm Oshun, come bless the altar. I'm Nibia, I bless the Walter. I'm Olakuna, I my daughter. I'm Oya, I cannot falter. I'm the one to give birth to stars. Masterful, how I work these bars. Series B to the earth to Mars. KOS, reverse for stars. What's your name?
What's your name? And why don't you now know what your name was then? Where did it go? Where did you lose it? Who took it? And how did he take it? What tongue did you speak? How did the man take your tongue? Where is your history? How did the man wipe out your history? What did the man do to make you a tongue? As you are right now.
The black woman is God, plain and simple. She's the mother of all Africanity, and I'm her companion, her compliment, her confidant. Since the beginning, so it will be in eternity. Our ancestors shine through us. Our offspring validate our existence.
No survivor without resistance. Akibulon, stand up. Black love, stand up. Every God, every goddess, forever united and unstoppable.
Giving honor to the ancestors, those who came before us, all the wisdom that they show us. They patient cause they know us when we fussing and we fighting. They manage to enlighten, enhance our insight. So I add a like and right, and our connection is a titan. Our love is a colossal, disagreement is a fossil. I am your apostle. Our love is like a journal. Turn the page eternal. Our souls intertwine. The theology of time dictates that we rewind and go back to the beginning when the deities were women. Time to stop pretending that I hate you when I love you, putting other things above you. Don't like that others drug you. Not me, I always dug you. I believe we've been together since the virgin of forever. You work the stormy weather. I'll never do it better than I do it in your presence. You validate my lessons. My God begets blessings. That's why I call her essence.
The black man is God, plain and simple. The world sees your greatness, why can't you? Y'all want to see the sisters step up and lead this fight? Cause we weak, but not without you. You're a warrior, a scientist. I'm your compliment, your companion. I only want to see you on the throne.
So black man, step up. King, step up. Ain't no way we don't ride when we got a black woman that knows she's God. Evidence.
You my dove, I'm the new, you the truth, I'm the proof, no abuse. My masseuse, tie me up and turn me loose. Sebek and Heteru, giving thanks and Neteru. For the king I get to you, no regrets in picking you. Like I said, the two us all, I remembered who you you are. I'm your moon, you're my star. Your performance over par through the pain and the scars, the shackles and the bars. I fly from here to Mars with my feelings in the jar. If I thought it set you free, I gotta have you next to me. Your intellect vexes me, your conversation's ecstasy. You and me is heavenly. Freedom is our legacy. I've yet to see another brother that can touch the best in me. DOK with Ebony, together for eternity. Even when you hurting me, I'm by your side, certainly. Written in the sacred text, from this cycle to the next. I'm the most and you the best. Face to face, we ace the test, huh? See, what y'all don't understand is we were meant to move in harmony. Two minds, one soul. It was written in the ancient scrolls. With the black man at your backbone, how did you fold? Take back what they stole. They broke the mold that these arms were made to hold. And hold on, be real. Nigga, be still. Bitches, be real. The deal has been sealed, and all who come against is killed.
Woo! All right. Yes. You hear me?
I can. Can you hear me?
Yes, now I can. Yes, yes.
Okay.
How's it going?
Oh, it's good. How are you?
I'm good. A little rushed, but I'm good. You know that wouldn't be right if I wasn't that way. So hey, thought I'd making some changes, but evidently not.
Look, you know how I go. It be like
Yes,
sound
yes,
is
yes,
what it is.
yes, yes. So how's your day been so far?
It's been good. It's been good. Yeah, no complaints. Productive for the most part. And
Okay.
the rain cleared up, but it's supposed to come back tomorrow, which is perfectly fine with me.
Right, right, right. I feel you on that. Which hey, I'm looking for some, but hey, it's all good. It'll be here soon enough. It'll be here soon enough. It, Tamisha was on here, aka Aria, so she'll be back. But
Okay.
I just want to say welcome to everybody in the place, everybody that is on live with me today. This is I'm Ifayeme Nkoyo Binah Ojuok, co-founder of the Hoover Academy, co-founder of Be Like Girl Inc.org, which we'll talk about, and founder of Uhuru Mama Maternal Services. I am the host for Wild Warrior Women Wednesdays, and this is a podcast where I host, especially for all the month of Black August, in honor of all my Black elders and ancestors, the women warriors of the Black August. I wanted to do something just to meet with powerful sisters that I have watched over my time here the last 10 years, and I've watched how they live their life, how they've overcome obstacles, and how they have interacted with the community. And I've always loved it. So I've been inviting on, interviewing sisters here and there. And tonight I have the pleasure of interviewing two of my beautiful sisters that I have. One of them, which I call, we've been sisters for a long time. When we first met, it was like we had not known each other, not known each other in forever. So, and we later found out we traveled in a lot of the same circles. We were babysat by the same wonderful person, and gone to the same school, and just different things. So I have the wonderful pleasure of bringing on um, this sister who She became a quick friend, a quick confidant, a mother to all my children. We call her the Yeye of all. Everyone who knows her calls her Yeye or Mama Kamaria. She is the mama of the bunch, even though she may probably is the baby of the bunch of the women, but she's the mama. She's the best. She's been the balanced one of us all. So this sister is the co-founder of Be Like a Girl Inc. as well. We'll talk about that later, how that collaboration came together. She is a wife, a beautiful wife, mother. She's a daughter of a beautiful woman. I've got to watch Mimi and her interaction, and I'm sure she'll be able to talk about that as well. And I see where she get all that fire from. She's also a double doctorate candidate at Yale University. My sister, I almost put your name as doctor, and Bob was like, did she say she can do that yet? I was like, see, that's different from me. I've been the first year in to my, yeah, I'm doctor, and yeah, she's talking about, no, we can't say that yet. Calm down. I've been all up in there. But yes, I want to give opportunity for her to go further, talk about, give an introduction of her own as well, because my introduction has been all over the place. But this is my sister, my friend, my confidant, my ride and live sister. We go vacation together. We go do all the things we need to get together. We do rituals together. Whatever it is we need to do, we doing it. My sister, Mama, some call her Mama Kamaria, but this is my sister Kamaria Ajamu, soon to be Dr. Kamaria Ajamu, aka Kenya Loud. I want to welcome you in, and I'm gonna pull as you give your introduction. I'm gonna pull in Aria. Okay.
Okay, cool beans.
Go
Oh,
ahead, talk to
okay.
us a little bit. Tell the world who you
Tell
are,
the
and peace to
people
all
who you
everybody.
be.
Teresa Gully and your cousin Tisha is here as well.
Yeah,
Hey.
I saw something pop on. Hey, Tessa. That's my original ride or die, baby. We've been
Gosh,
together for a
hey.
long time. That was
Yes.
the sister before I knew I had a sister.
Come on now. That's what it
So
is.
what's up, Tessa? Let me see. Oh, where to begin? As in Koyo, so put it so eloquently. Um, on the academic side, I am a double PhD candidate in two departments: the history of science and medicine and African American studies at Yale University. My work looks at, on a very large scale, the nexus, the connections between Blackness, race, disability, education, and institutionalization. So, a nice little blend of things. My dissertation project considers how geographies of protected space were created for African American students who were deaf and blind from the late 19th century through the 20th century, when integration, and I put
Mhm.
that in air quotes, when integration,
Right, right.
whole other conversation that we'll have at another time. But academically, that's why I'm a scholar activist. I believe that scholarship and activism go together. So in the academic realm, I'm the accessibility police. If it's
All
wrong,
right. Come
I'm
on.
gonna tell you, and I'm gonna do it unapologetically and with a
Yes.
spoon full of honey, and
Come
that
on now.
makes the truth easier to go down
Yes,
for
it does,
a
Mama Oshun. Yes, it does.
on the other end, though, before all that, before I decided to go back to school, I grew up in Fort Worth, Texas. Shout out to the funk. Uh,
Funky
me and Mommy
town.
Cleo and
Funky
Baba
town.
Honey, we are from the same stomping grounds.
Yeah, yeah.
Little as it's known, I grew up going to Catholic school up until the seventh grade. Shh, don't say
Ooh.
that.
Shh, don't
Yeah.
tell nobody. She
My
was a
parents wouldn't
Catholic
let me go
girl.
to the regular school. They sent me right on to that Our Lady of Lourdes and told me to try to give my life. But when they tried to make me confess, that was my exit. Uh, my dad allowed my exodus after that. Um,
Okay.
I entered the magnet program. I went to William James Middle School magnet program and then transferred in high school. I am a wildcat. Who be you? I'm a wildcat through and through.
Oh my gosh.
You know, I
Yes.
didn't grow up in Stop Six, but Stop Six in me. Bible say if it ain't on you, fool, it's in you.
It's
So
in you, baby.
is in me, and I have people yell laughing because they ask me about my tattoos, and I tell them I'm a bit of an academic thug. So
Come on, I love it. Academic bug.
gangster.
Yes.
Yeah, don't get it twisted.
Come
Um,
on there, yeah. Don't let the sweet sauce voice fool you. Yes, and these doctor, don't let it fool you, boo.
but we're gonna fast forward. I'm married to a very wonderful, lovely man. I'm sure many of you know Baba Money, Coach Jay, Juichi Yuhara Money. He got a whole lot of names, but him.
Right, 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 right.
That's my other half, my partner in this lifetime and a couple of forevers. Shout out to Coach Jay, and
Cause yeah.
we have 4 children and some add-on children, so
Mm.
probably more like about 7.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
Uh,
mm-hmm. You
one the
you trying to catch up with us. Mm-hmm.
I wasn't trying. It just,
Try to
the
compete.
creator made some things shake. But a whole lot of kids that we love so much, and because we have so many kids, we are always concerned about the education of African children within, especially the borders of the United States.
Right.
And that is where me and Nkoyo and Baba's paths cross. It came down to the education of my oldest daughter, Jaylana, many
Yes.
years ago. So
Yeah.
shout out to Jaylana with her little sweet self. My,
Yes, the
my
sweet and sour self.
she's a good balance.
Yes, I love it. I love it.
She's a good balance. But on top of all of that, I'm an SJS 10 survivor. This month is Stevens Johnson Syndrome Awareness Month. It is a very silent disease that most people don't know a lot about. I had my initial reaction in 2000 while serving in the United States Navy,
Mm,
which landed me in the hospital for about 3.5 months, in a coma for a month. And after which I left with scars that resemble burns on
mm,
60% of my body
mm,
and extreme scarring in my right cornea. In 2015, I had a subsequent reaction, and I have been legally blind ever since. And the
mm.
next year is when I decided to go to school. In our house, we say, "Go hard or go home."
Come on.
So I went hard, and I'm continuing to go hard for exposing history about us that needs to be told, and also ensuring that all of our biggest assets, our children, making sure that they have the access to all of the powerful and wonderful things that the Creator has endowed them to be, making
Mm-hmm.
sure they reach their highest potential and become the most truest, authentic, powerful versions of themselves. And yeah, I'm gonna lay my hat right there, and
All
that's
right.
it. We get into whatever as it goes.
All right now. Great introduction. I give thanks. My sister is 23 years in with the SJS. I give thanks for her. She has done it like a G. She's made it look so effortlessly. I mean, she's made it look so effortless. And we often forget, that she is legally blind because, baby, she still leads everywhere we go. She's still the driver. Okay. She may not physically drive, but she still leads, baby.
Take a
And
left and
so,
a right, and then
yes, no, no, no. She's an Aries, so that says a lot. That's just let you know a little bit about her. I want to go ahead and bring on, before we go deep into this conversation, want to go ahead and bring in another powerful sister of mine that when I first met her, it was, man, it was love at first sight as well. It was like our energies and our connected right away. Our personalities mixed and matched, and it just went well. I love this sister. She is always been in my corner, my spiritual partner, my go-to for, when the husbands go traveling, anybody come to her was coming to her house, I knew they was gonna be well taken care of, they're gonna be fed. And I knew one year Baba went to her sick, and she nursed him right on back to her, gave him some more some tea, and he was like, "Oh baby, this tasting that, but I feel good." I was like, "Yep, that's my sister, that's my healing sister, she gonna take care of you." So she has been around. We met her at the RBG family weekend, and through our families that connected. But she is the owner of Oshun Sacred Healing House. She is and I may be stepping out of line. Say she a priestess, a working priestess. I don't know. She can tell me now, yeah, in a minute. But I just know she's a powerful sister. She's a mother. She's a wife. And I'll let her finish introducing herself. Let's welcome on to my sister IfaTunmise Osuntola. Yes, peace. I hope I said it right. I be butchering stuff for. I'm
You
from Texas.
did, you did, you did. First, I want to say thank you for inviting me on. And I want to say hello to my sister Kamaria. I love you. I'm so proud of you. My Oshun sister, you are very,
Yes,
is definitely warrior spirit and mama of mamas, like
yes,
Koya
yes.
said. Um, and so yes, and Koya, you said my name right.
Thank you.
This is probably I would say my maybe fourth one of my fourth sets of names.
Okay, okay,
I am a priestess. I'm a priestess of Ifa
okay,
and as well as Oshun in the
okay,
Yoruba spiritual tradition of Ifa. And I'm
okay.
also a Kemetic priestess of
Yeah,
Aset
come on.
in the Kemetic spiritual system. So, yes. Uh, what else?
You got
The
to go.
family, yeah.
Oh yes, yes, yes. I can't forget about my family. Listen, I mean that's me. That's really who
Yes,
I am.
I say.
Um, I have four children, and I have five bonus children.
Ooh, yes,
I
we all love them big old family. Hey, God no.
I don't know what
yes,
Woo.
to think
I
about it.
have
I
five
don't know
bonus
either, baby.
children. I am a newlywed as well. So I give thanks for my partner in this thing, Baba Ifayemi. Um, I'm a newlywed, and so by way of community work, community activism, I met
Mhm.
Sister Nkoyo as well as Kamaria doing the work in the community, feeding our people. I'm also I was a work, not a work, I was ready to say a work at home. I was a work at home mama too, but
Okay. She's
homeschooling
working.
parent,
Yes.
also teacher at an African centered educational center. So through the same type of work and activism, I met these sisters. And like Nkoya said, from the start, we just meshed on a level of mothers, on the level of just spiritual beings, and on the level of sisterhood.
Right.
And I can say that since I have met these two sisters, they have been the epitome of that. They are true definitions of sisters through not only their own relationship, but through what they have shown me as well. So,
I
yes,
say. Hey.
um, I am owner of Oshun Sacred Healing House as well as Nkoyo said, and Omi Ife Essentials. Omi Ife Essentials is my first baby. That
Yeah.
is a line of healing products, everything from body scrubs to body butters to soaps, feminine care, herbal steams and
Mhm.
baths and things like that. And everything is made with medicine. Everything is made with herbs, something from the earth. Has every product has a healing purpose.
I'll shake.
So ailments from eczema to neuropathy to migraines, like rashes,
I'm
heavy.
wearing the oil. I put the oil. I got two of the healing oils, the ocean healing oils, and I put it on my face all the time. My face and my head, my bald head, and this. I've been doing that since I've gotten it, and I love it. I
You
love
know
it.
what? And Oshun's blessings was made as a body oil to help lift the vibration of people's help lift people's vibes. Like if you down and
Yeah.
out, you put that on, and it, because of the ingredients that's in it, automatically lifts your aura. And
I'll
when I
shake.
say, so many people have come back to me and say, sis, this is what I've been using on my face.
Yes.
This is what I have been using on my skin. And
Yep.
so y'all done made me turn that around a little bit, but it's coming.
Good.
Um,
Good.
Yes, you need to
yes,
keep
and Ocean,
advertising all of those things.
That's
yes,
right.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. So, and then Ocean Sacred Healing House. Oh goodness, I just got chills because that is like a lifetime, I want to say, of work.
That's right. Right. I
um,
believe you.
there's so many things that I do creatively. I was just, how can I put, my, Kemetic Reiki? How can I put my Yoni Steam practitioner? How can I put, my priestess elements? How can I put my motherhood element? Like, how can I combine all of this? Massage therapy,
Mhm.
detox and reflexology. How can I put all these things together? And so, Oshun, after my initiation, during my days through going through initiation, gave me that vision. She said, "You are to have a healing house."
Wow.
And so with that, I'm like, okay, I just started writing things down. And there's a yoga room, there's a Reiki room, there's a massage therapy room. I'm a
Yes.
doula in training, so there's space for mothers, and so that's what
Yes.
Oshun Sacred Healing House
I
is.
love it. I'm
Um,
gonna be
Yeah.
in Atlanta in October. Yes, I am.
Yes.
yes,
Yes.
yes. You can come get all your services, massages. You can come have get a divination readings done, and all in one space, and literally a house. Um, I'm started out in a little small space right now, but eventually every place is, I have a couple of rooms, but eventually every modality will have its own space.
Oh, Shay, that's beautiful. I'm looking forward to that as well. As you were describing it, I just saw it all. I was like, yes, it really is a house of healing. It will be a
Yes,
house. Every
exactly.
room will be a healing room for
Yes.
whatever you need it to be. That's beautiful. Yes, yes, beautiful. All right, all right. So we got the introductions out of the way. All y'all know that I am the wife of Baba Amin, Imamu Ojuok. I am the mother of 8 children. You guys know that I co-founder of the school. We started in Texas, moved to South Carolina, all that great stuff. But why I am here is so that I can have a great and in-depth conversation with some other women, and we call this the Wow Warrior Women because we choose to live outside the box of what societal norms have set for us, what our even our cultural norms have set for us. And sometimes we've decided to go with our spirit, go against the norms, and go with our spirit and what has been put in us through our DNA, through us listening to our intuition and things of that nature. So I want to talk to these women about their journey on really realizing their warriorhood. And even I ask the question every time I speak to someone: do you have a problem, or do you even are you okay with being identified as a wild woman? Because some people may look at that as some people say savagery and all that, but I wowed. And when I was looking it up, the definition, let me put it out here. Wild definition. Um, It's of an animal or plant or person living growing in the natural environment, not domesticated or cultivated. And it's also it's like an uncultivated and or that's what they say. When I go and I said when I was looking further, it's like it says that it's like a natural state. It says unnatural up above. Then it says a natural state or and being unrestrained by any manner, and that's what I really identified with. It's like I'm wild because I'm not doing what you have deemed or you've said that I should be doing, or how I should have be acting, or how I should be living, because of either my experience, because of my gender, or because of the because of the color of my skin, because of the melanin I have. So I just wanted to ask you guys that, if you had an issue with the term wild. Either one of you can begin.
No, absolutely not. No, I was thinking about this concept about wild women when
Mhm,
after you and I had discussed the podcast initially.
mhm,
And one thing that I've been really like thinking through lately over the last few months is my birth name. So my birth
mhm,
name is Kenya Jahan Lau. And
hmm.
my parents made the decision to name me this name. I don't think they truly knew what the name meant because they might have thought about it again. But no, not in a bad way though, because
Right.
okay, Kenya is derived from the country Kenya, but it was
Mhm.
originally the name of a mountain that was thought to be the highest mountain there before
Hmm.
Mount Kilimanjaro was deemed the highest mountain.
Yes.
And it roughly translates into the point closest to God.
Come on now.
And
Come
then
on now.
my middle name Jahan, which is actually pronounced Jihan, but we gonna go with how we do.
Yeah, that's it, baby.
It's Arabic, and its root meaning is place where God dwells.
Hmm.
And then of course my last name is Loud with not one but two D's. Um, so I
But
think
she can get loud though. Don't get twisted.
I think my parents were cool with the fact that I think
Right.
my parents were cool with the fact that I was not going to be like the majority of the people I came in contact with. And
Right.
so I think that goes with wild, like audacious and bold. So no,
Right.
I'm good being called wild.
Okay. Okay. What about you, IfaTunmise?
I have no problem at all with being called a wild warrior woman, wild woman.
Yes.
Um, in my evolution as a woman, I become more wild.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, it's an honor because, you know, we're conditioned to conform to the norm of society.
Right.
And I consider myself, used to consider myself, like more conservative, laid back, and I really still am. But
Right.
I also grew into the authenticity of myself, and
Right.
growing into that has allowed me more freedom. So on that, you know, I consider myself a little more wild and
Mm-hmm.
a lot more free
Mm-hmm.
because of that.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
not a problem at all with me. There's a piece that the sister Sunny Patterson has called "Wild Woman."
Oh,
Yes, I love it. It is
I
a
would.
And
I need to go find that and ask her permission to be able to play that because I did not know.
it
it
is
is very powerful.
Mhm.
I'm sure she would not mind, but
Okay.
it's
Okay.
very powerful. And by definition of what you just read, they may not even want us to know that we are wild women.
Right. Right. That
Um,
part.
for the because it brings out the warrior in us.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Um. I want to ask. ask this question and think about either about anybody can answer. Who were the wild warrior women in your lives growing up? Who did you, or if you had anyone, who did you see? What about them inspired you? You can expound on that for me.
I'm gonna get some light because I don't know
Okay.
what I'm
Okay.
looking at. One second.
Okay. Cool. No
All right,
problem.
because I wanted you to go first because everybody know who my first
Okay.
wild woman was.
Okay, hold on. Let me turn. Yeah, I could go.
You could go. Yeah, you could turn the light on. Go ahead.
Okay, give me
Go
one
ahead.
second.
I mean, it's us. It's impromptu. It's
Yeah,
all good.
ain't nobody
It's
gonna get
all
us.
good. Choose.
And
Wow, Warrior Women Wednesdays. Join us live or either pre-recorded every Wednesday, especially for the month of August at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I am how well this goes because I got 2 more sessions to go, and I got 4 more powerful Wild Warrior women coming up to be interviewed. I might continue that throughout it won't be as frequent as this month, but it would definitely be on a consistent basis, maybe twice a month. I may have this happen, but I've been enjoying this. I had Sister Iyapo on the first week. Last week? I'm giving my days. I think it was last week, the first Wednesday of this month. I had my sister. Okay, yeah, it was the first week. Iyapo, or currently, I mean, formerly Iyapo Mohinde Agina, but she has decided to reclaim her birth given name, mama and her daddy, mama and baba, and care Cassandra Faye Floyd. She's the daughter of the Fates, and she gave a great story about why she went back to that and what the daughter of the Fates meant to her. So it was very powerful there. She went into the astrological signs and astrological energies that were going on. We just talked about so much. So she did great. And then that last week, oh shoots, I forgot who I had. I put somebody on. I had somebody, girl. I don't forgot already. So forgive me. That person that was on. It's not nothing to you. It's just that I just forgot. But we have some good stuff come, some good great women coming up. We have Sister Ma'at out of Memphis, Mama Ayo out of Memphis. This is the Madam President and Vice President of the Republic of New Africa, Provisional Government of Republic of New Africa. So we'll get to talk to them. And then I have some sisters that are coming on, the family here in South Carolina that brought us out to help them start the school, Uhuru Academy, South Carolina. Kiante and her sister, Lashea Washington, they will be on as well that following week. So we'll see how it goes, how the ancestors talk to me, and we'll go from there. We got another sister in the comments, another wild woman, Sasha Bennett, aka Alika. AKA my little bit sister. Hey, how you doing? She said peace to everybody. If you guys are here, as you are coming in and you're joining us for this conversation, if you have a business, please do put it in the chat because we can't spread the black dollar if we don't spread the word. So I need everybody to get on. Tell us what you do. If you got a website, you got your social media handles. I don't mind. I share. Caring is sharing, baby. And so I can't come up if you don't come up, and vice versa. So let's go on. Let's get it in. So put that information in the chat, please. And we'll go from there. Latif say, yes, honey, let's go. So proud of you, ladies. Thank you, Tisa. Yes. So what wild warrior women did you have as in that you watched or that you had as examples in your life? IfaTunmise, and I, if I wasn't even thinking about it, I could have talked about mine, but I can do that after you guys. Go ahead.
You want me to go?
yeah.
Okay, I go. Well, I'm going to say just a couple because I can get. I don't want to inundate you with all the beautiful. I get inspiration from so many women, so in so many places. But I'm going to say, growing up, first and foremost was going to be my grandmother. My grandmother was a wild woman to me because I grew up with the stories of her being called the black sheep of the family. She moved away from her family at an early age. She had a child, and got married so that she could move away from the family. And I thought that was like, I thought she was crazy initially. I'm like, what the hell's wrong with you? You got pregnant and got married so you can get out the house. But I soon understood
It's another life. It was
her
another
decision, But she was called the black sheep of the family. And the stories I heard about her, she's what I grew up with her being. It was a balance, I saw her. She had her times in her parties where she would get loose. She got that little Jamie '08, the Jameson and milk. That was her drink of choice, baby. And she put some ZZ Hill on, some Bobby Blue Band, and she out there and she getting it. But then she had that side where she was very quiet and she was very observant and she didn't play no games. I've seen her do roots. I've seen her. And not knowing that that's what I was watching. She was a gardener, and I've seen her. I've seen her shot somebody in the ass. I saw her shoot a man in the ass. I've heard she shot plenty more, and I actually heard that I might not would have been here. Oh, maybe my mom was already here, because she almost cut my grandpapa's throat, baby, with the razor blade that she pulled out of her wig on his behind, because he was playing by her money. He didn't have her check there on Friday. So that's my first warrior woman that I loved and admired. And she took me and she raised me. My mama had me, she birthed me, but she raised me. And so that's the first one. And I'm gonna get two more, and I'm gonna let everybody else go, because again, I could get inundated with all the inspirations that I have, but I'm gonna have to say that just about all the women in my family, though, that raised me, because we didn't have I didn't have a lot of male men in inspiration in the house that was there in the house or in the family. My uncles were there in and out. They were cool brothers, and they laid back, but didn't have a lot. So the women in my family were the ones that were like raw. They took care of business. They killed the pig. They cleaned it. They brought cut it up and cured it and brought the bacon and cooked it too. So I was like, hey, woman who can do all things. That's why my name is Nkoyo, and that's where I get it from. But I have soon learned that I don't have to do it all just because I can, and that's going to be a definitely a conversation for later. But the next person I would say that comes to mind that I'm just thinking growing up was going to be Whoopi Goldberg. She was wild to me because she went against the standards. I didn't even know that there was a standard like consciously, but I subconsciously was new. I loved her. She was beautiful to me. She did the opposite of what all the other female actresses were doing, and how she did it. She was a comedian, and I just loved her and adored her. And I watched her movies, and I listened to her interviews, and I would always enjoy her tenacity and her way of telling folks to go F yourself, but in the very poised way in her interviews. She didn't mind that. And I think the third person, the wild woman, warrior woman that I say I enjoy was would have to be Nina Simone. She's always been my go-to. Again, I've adored chocolate dark women, and I'm not one myself, not like dark chocolate, but I've always loved dark chocolate women because they just so fierce. The energy that they came with, the tone that they carried. And that reminds me that why I love Nina Simone is because of my Aunt Linda Gail Jackson. She was man, that woman, I love her. I get chills thinking about her. I get emotional thinking about her right now. And she's been gone for more than 28 years, but I love her. She left such a profound impression on me. So my Aunt Linda was a wild woman because she lived outside the box, and it was in sexually when it was not, when being sexuality was taboo. And not only did she live out her life, I guess she would be what you call bisexual, because she loved who she loved. And she walked with no bra on. And I come from a family full of big breasted women. I mean, y'all can't tell because I ain't got none, but I did come from a family women. And baby, she would let them hang. And she had the most huge smile that just could light up the darkness. And I loved her. She would take me everywhere I went. She always told me, don't let nobody um um tell me who I am. I tell myself who I am, and I just love it. And I'm gonna stop there and let you guys, let Sister Aria tell me her Wow Warrior women.
So, my first one is also my well, first three are also my grandmothers. I
Okay.
have to put all of them together
Mm-hmm.
because they were just women that made you want to do and be everything that they were. Um,
Right.
my mother's mother, as well as her mom, my great grandmother, I was blessed to have her in my life and grow up with her. Um, and my father's mother, and who was the my spiritual pillar or
Mm-hmm.
example. And so, all three of my grandmothers, they were medicine women. They didn't go to doctors. They made medicine.
Right.
They made food from the garden. I
Yeah.
remember my great grandmother. I don't think we ever ate anything that wasn't from a garden. Like,
Right.
never saw her with groceries. Like, ever. I
Hmm.
saw her always picking things to cook.
Wow.
And so that's where like my family warmth warmth comes from, and like the caring and nourishing part of me, and the closeness, from one of my other grandmothers on my dad's side. So they were all just powerful women that you wanted to be healthy. Like, we wanted to, make medicine. Like, we would be out in the yard stirring up, mint leaves and dirt, trying to act like
Right.
it was a,
Right. Yes.
trying to, make something out of it, a paste or something to put on the bee sting, and didn't even know it was really
Come
working.
on now. Come on now. Come
Making
on.
mud pies, and so my grandmother's, definitely. There's a sister which I learned about in elementary, maybe about fifth grade, Missy Copeland. She was a dancer.
Mm.
Um, I love to dance and sing. Anything dancing and singing. So Nina Simone as well. Missy
Yes.
Copeland was one of the first Black ballerinas
Mm-hmm.
um, in theater. So, like, to perform on, live stage, to be put
Right.
out there, for the world to see. And so, to me, that courage and bravery in her time, to just go out there and do her thing. Like, that's wild to me. That's wonderful. That's beautiful, courageous, and brave. And Nina Simone, like you said, like when you said her, I was like, oh my gosh, like she's definitely on my list. From not only just her music, but her activism, the way that she
Yes.
stood up for not only
Yes.
us as a people, but as
Yes.
women, and just how she was never afraid to speak on
Right.
anything.
Right.
So, and she just kept it like what it was. So,
Right.
I love those women. And then, last but not least, my mother, because I don't know, looking at our story and, how we grew up, I had a lot of supportive women around me. I have a lot of aunts. But my mom just, you know, sh- she just wow.
Right. Right. Right.
Wow for
Right.
having all of us as stair steps 9 months apart. She was wow
Wow.
for raising, for rearing, I'm gonna say rearing us
Right.
um the way that she did by herself when she was by herself. And then she picked one of the best men that I've ever encountered in my life to support her when she did, move into when she did get us a father figure, when she did
Right.
a
Right.
figure to come into the home. So I love her for that, and all those women for those things.
Ashe. For Kamari go in, I want to make sure I acknowledge those who are in the comments. Sunshine Jules, she said peace, queen. So I want to say
Hey.
peace to you, peace to Amanatu Asada Sun, my sister out of Arkansas. What's up? She said peace and blessings, warrior women. And Alika, aka Sasha, said, "Baby, I wish I was a few shades darker." I know, baby, I was
Yeah,
not.
we all
You
do.
know, okay, but I've grown to love my caramel skin,
Yes.
my milk chocolate skin. Definitely in my old age have grown to love it. Nuru Falami says peace. Hey, that's my sister from another
Hey,
mister as well.
Nuru.
That's another wild warrior woman right there. So yeah, I give thanks for all y'all coming in, and again, all you guys. It's a testament that you guys are wild warrior women as well. So welcome to the little juke jump for us. We chime in wherever y'all can talk, and come chime in the comments, and anytime if you see anything, you can definitely speak on them, the comments. But Kamaria, who were the wild women besides, like I said, everybody know that one, but who were the wild women?
Oh, that number one wild woman. Y'all know my mother.
Yes,
My
yes,
mother,
yes.
she was born to the name Clemmy Wright.
Come on now,
Um,
claim me.
but yes, but her nickname was Penny because she
Huh.
would always ask her uncle for pennies. So Penny became her nickname.
Shush your mouth. That's a nickname. That ain't got nothing to do with her
That
name,
is a
birthday,
nick-
given
that has
name.
absolutely nothing to do with her birthday,
Wow.
but almost unless people are related to her, almost no one knows her by her like actual birth name. Fun
Wow.
fact about Miss Penny,
That sure
aka
is.
Mimi. AKA Mimi. But yeah, I had I was born to what I call the lethal combination of parents, meaning I
Mm,
didn't get away with anything because
mm,
everywhere I went, someone knew one of my parents. It never failed.
mm.
It still happens today. So my father is a pastor. He is a Baptist preacher who settled in a very small town called Kasi, Texas, which is about an hour and a half, an hour and 45 minutes away from Fort Worth, the DFW area.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to the Kasi Posse.
Kasi,
They
kasi.
also helped raise me. And my mother was a beautician for over 40 years before she
Yes.
transitioned into owning her own spa and into massage therapy and medical massage therapy.
Come on now.
Anyone who knows my mother knows that she is the quintessential definition of a wild woman.
Oh, yes,
She
ma'am.
does her
Baby.
own thing. She says how she feels.
Yes.
But she's also one of the most caring and giving people
Yes.
that you could
Yes.
ever meet. But it's
Yes.
all about she gonna talk some shit on her way.
Come on. Right. You're going to get what you asked
On
for,
her
but you're
way
going
to
to hear
giving,
this.
yes, there's going to be some shit talking and probably some laughing. She's gonna laugh. She's gonna poke fun, but it is all in good humor and in
Yes.
love. But I grew up with because I grew up in a beauty shop as well. Shout out to all the past customers of Penny's Hair Dimensions
And
and
if
my
you
uncle
guys grew up in those who from Fort Worth, y'all know her from on the corner of Mill and Berry,
Berry.
baby. Come
Yes,
on now.
on the corner of Bill Berry between Lil Beeper and Doc Jackson. Auto
Yep.
insurance. That was my learning grounds of the world. And my uncle Chris, who was a long time held a boot space with my
Come
mom
on.
for a very, very long time. Um,
Right.
and that was my learning grounds. I learned almost everything about life there.
Wow.
I learned about sexuality from old women, things that I did
Right.
not want to know. I learned about relationship ups and downs and
Mhm.
how to maintain a relationship. I learned about loving people despite, um, points of contention between you two. I learned
Yes.
about life
Right.
at the beauty
Right.
shop. that I learned about life in the beauty shop, and from my mother, and from watching her navigate being a single woman in
Yes.
the 90s
Yes.
of two children, right?
Yes. On the corner of one of
On the
the war
counter.
zones of Fort Worth, baby.
Yes, this was at
Mhm.
the
Yes.
height of gun violence, the height of the
Yes.
uh, what they say, the war on drugs and
Yes. It was the
the
war on
subsequent
black people. We
epidemic.
all
Yes,
knew
all of
that.
that was really the war on black people. But
Come on.
um, she that was during the heart of all of that, and she taught me so much, but she allowed me also in many ways to be wild. One
Right.
of my earliest like memories of my mom was when I was probably about 4 years old, 3, 4 years old, and I remember walking through the mall with one of her dresses on,
Mm-hmm.
with a pair of her high heels, and my hair. You think it's big now? It was like puffed out, and I had as much hair then as I do now, probably
Come
more.
on.
And it was all teased out, and I was going to take pictures. And people, like, when I'm walking through this little bitty thing, walking through the mall, and people turn around looking at me, and she's just pushing me along like this what she want to
Right.
do,
Right.
she enabled me and emboldened me to do me,
Right. Right.
and I am so very appreciative. She also like ensured that I traveled at a young age, which really changed the way I thought about myself and my positionality in the world. I
Right.
I felt like a global citizen at a very young age, which was very ironic and strange for the time period that I grew up in the
Right.
South Six Eastwood area as
Right.
well.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
So yeah, she is now that is my shero. I have watched her go through so much, go through ups and downs and turnarounds. There were times when, as she would describe now, the lights was getting ready to go off, and I ain't know nothing about it. Like
Come
it's
on. Come
business
on.
as usual.
That's right.
You do your homework.
That's right.
Um,
That's right.
so shout out to my wild woman, my mama, Miss
Come
Penny,
on.
aka
Famous
Miss
Penny.
and if I talk about my mama, then I have to talk about her wild woman.
Come on.
So she has
Okay.
two. The first wild woman, knock on the ground, Miss Tina Turner, Anna Mae Bullock.
Come on. Anime bullet.
Okay,
Woo.
so also in my formidable years in the early 90s, this movie came out called What's Love Got to Do With?
Yes.
And
Yes.
my mama was the mama who would let you go see that movie. She's the
Yeah.
mama who would let you go see all the movies. The other mamas was like, no, you can't go see that. We would
Uh-huh.
go together to go see the movie. My first trip to New Orleans was with my mom. Okay.
Hmm.
And I was 16.
Come on. Come on. Your
But
first trip to Mexico was with your mama.
that part too, we ain't gonna talk about Mexico though. Um, I'm married now. Um, Tina Turner, in this movie, I remember watching this movie, and my mom loved her, and I knew my mom loved her. But after seeing that movie, it really shifted my perspective about not only about my understanding of Tina Turner, but my understanding of my mother
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and some things that she went through in her life. It's one thing I really love about my mom is that she keeps it 100. So when I
Yes.
got old enough to understand the dynamics that were going on, she
Yes.
told me the truth.
Mm-hmm.
And she didn't lie to me. She told me the truth. Some of the truth I had to work through. Like, right? Because some of the stuff was about my daddy, who I
Mm-hmm.
idolized and loved. I'm a daddy's girl.
Right.
Um, but it was the truth. And once I saw that truth about Tina, it really made me see the world a little differently in my positionality. And
Right.
I made that decision right then. Ain't never, ever, never, ever no man gonna put his hands on me.
Come on now. Come on now.
And I've held on to that. We don't do that.
No.
We
Don't
don't
do
do
that.
that. And then, of course, last but not least, my two grandmothers, my mother's mother, we call her Mama,
Mm-hmm.
and she called herself Lillian Wright in third person. She
In
spoke
third person.
in third person. Everything was Lillian's such and such such.
Come on. Come on.
Nine Lillian's, aka here's an example. Who is that in Lillian's blank 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 refrigerator?
Right,
Who
right.
is that walking through Lillian's blank, 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 blank door?
Come
Right?
on. Come on.
Everything was Lillian's. But
Hey.
behind all of that hard armor, she would allow me to come and get up in the bed with her in the air
Hmm.
conditioning in the middle
Hmm.
of the summer where all the other kids was outside making mud pies
Right.
and sit in the bed and watch the stories with her. My
Hmm.
favorite was All My Children.
Come on.
Yes, I know Erica Kane and all about it. But uh, she had such a soft spot in there, but she was hardcore. Ooh, yeah, you didn't. She doesn't care. And like your grandmother in Koyo,
Uh-huh.
there are stories of her shooting people in the ass. Apparently, it was
Baby.
a thing in this
Come on. I think so. Okay.
in Fort Worth, a thing in Fort Worth
Right.
in the 70s. And then my other grandmother, Miss Thelma Loud, who I affectionately call the sweetest woman you ever met. However, she did have a husband who was about 6'3",
Mm,
and my grandfather, and she didn't take no miss. And if
come
he
on.
got out of line, it could go down.
All right
That
now.
wasn't her preference, though. But if you got out of line, it could go down. And she taught me the value of balance, something that
Right.
I continue to hold on to as I grow and evolve and expand in my life in the universe. I love this concept of balance,
That's,
that she instilled in me. You
that's,
have to know it is okay sometimes to be quiet, wild woman. It's okay.
Ooh,
Mm.
It's okay, right? It's all right. They don't take away from your audaciousness.
right. It don't mean you weak or
The
nothing.
fight is
Yeah.
not worth fighting.
No, that's
Okay?
right.
If
That's
you want
right.
to win the war, sometimes you gotta let the battle go.
Right.
Um,
Right.
so I am, that's my last wild woman who I am eternally ever grateful for helping me to understand balance because I'm an Aries, I'm not a Libra Aria. And
But listen, no, look, I tell people all the time that between me, you, and Nkoyo, because we used to have our little meetings and our
Yes.
gatherings and stuff, and I'm like, Kamaria is such the balance.
Yes. Yes.
you can
Really the
thank them
balance.
aloud for that because yes, in my natural state, I am not the balance.
Because we would needed it. We needed it a few times.
Okay. Yes. Absolutely. We need that calm voice. Like, all right now, y'all. Actually, you're like, yeah, dog. Here she comes. Yes. Yes. So it's beautiful. Alika said, "Girl, you was telling your age, Kamara, with all them
That's
stories
okay.
you was saying."
I know. I
And
still
she's
look
actually
good.
younger than probably what you think she's telling the age of,
I
but
know. You think girl? I'm a young thing. You better ask me.
young
Still a,
tender.
still
Young
a spring
tender.
chicken. Still a spring chicken.
I am on the call with two sisters that baby, you listen to them, be around them, you would think that they was a lot older than what they are just because of the wisdom and their habits and their demeanors. And honey, yeah, they young bucks, baby. They just got old souls. And I know I do too, because I know I probably act like I'm about 70 and I I know I ain't, it's cause I
You
grew up. That
accept
you can tell who raised us.
your nativity.
You could tell who raised us, honey. We were raised by some good old black women who didn't mind, like you said, put those things in us and they showed us the way. So, man, that's beautiful. So, with us talking about our wild women, many of those were not women that were here on this earthly realm, so that we brought them into this space. We've opened up the space, and I give thanks for them being in this space. Any other wild warrior women or women period that you would like to lift up, also in the comments, if you have any wild warrior women that you would like to honor, put them in the chat. Let us know who your some of your favorite, or some of your early wild warrior women. Who told you or who showed you what a wild warrior woman was or looked
And
like?
let's flipped up Angela Davis because, baby, that fro was everything, baby.
Thank you. So right about that, baby. I love me some Angela
Mama
Davis.
Angela, your fro was
Yes.
everything. It continues to be everything. You wasn't
Everything, okay, with that voice that she spoke like she was the queen of England when she's straight up from Arkansas. I'm like, how did she do that? How does she do
she
that?
spends a lot of time in
Yes, baby.
acting.
Yes,
Yeah.
and she had that down, boy. But
That's one thing I
while we,
love. Oh, no.
huh? What you
I was
say?
going to say that's one thing I love about us as women as well, because we can grow up in rough neighborhoods and we can go through, we can live through gang wars, and we can live through the
Yes,
hoods, but we can get on these platforms
yes,
and show our intellect, our intelligence,
yes,
our
yes.
wisdom
That's
at
right.
the same time. And that's another thing that makes us wild women, because
Yes,
we don't, it's not, it comes naturally,
yes, yes,
so
yes.
um
Absolutely. And they can't box. They don't know who they're getting. That's why they can't box us in. That's why they call us wild. Like, well,
exactly.
I thought she was gonna be this way. Nope, nope.
Yes,
Don't
yes.
check for me like that, boo. You watch. Don't watch me. Watch TV, as the baby said.
Yes.
Yes. And let's lift up Mama Patty,
Yes, Mama Patty.
Mama Patty LaBelle, baby, because
Oh
her name.
heck yeah, yes, Miss
Y'all
Patty. That's
remember them
now,
Mhm.
hairdos in the 80s?
and them wings, baby. She put them arms up at them show. Boy, I love me some Patty. You couldn't tell me nothing my Patty,
And then
baby.
when she did that concert, she
Oh,
take off her shoes and roll around on the floor, baby. I love
baby, yes. And I thought that was the I tickled. I was tickled. I thought that was the most beautiful thing every time I saw her before when I was young. I'm like, this woman is crazy. I love it. And I'm here for it. But yeah, I love me some Patti LaBelle. She made me, I ain't gonna lie, she made me believe Michael McDonald was my white daddy. I was like, hey,
And
Michael McDonald.
as well as Mama Shaka.
Come
Now
on now.
that
it.
Now
was a
she's a Yoruba
revolutionary.
woman.
Chocolate was
Yes,
fine.
She's
Let's
a
start
Yoruba
there.
woman, baby. That was my first look at one of my first looks at Oshun, baby. I was like, get
yes,
it, Shaka.
Yes.
Alika said Whitney Houston because she thought she can sing like her. And she said, no, she could sing
Uh-oh.
like
let me find out. Let me find out, sis. Come on
her.
now.
Yes, yes. So yeah, if you hear again, put in your wild warrior women and to let us know who inspired you to walk on your journey as a wild warrior woman. She talking about she was mistaken. She said, because I was mistaken. I was
You was in that
mistaken.
shower, baby. It was
Gary, baby, you better sing your heart out. You had the spirit of Whitney,
You
because
did
baby, I
it
know I did.
exactly.
Whitney
Exactly.
made little skinny women cool, baby. I thought I was fine because of Whitney, baby. I was over, oh, I want to dance with somebody. She had that little droopy, them tight, them leggings on, they droop in the middle. I was like, that's all right, baby. That's how
Woo!
mine look too. I'm going, damn. That's how
I'm
my
done.
biker shorts fit.
I'm
No,
done.
not the biker
The
shorts.
biker shorts, baby.
So
Yes.
y'all have to get the six extra small biker
Oh,
shorts.
okay, and you couldn't tell
Yes,
me nothing
Mama
because I thought I
Gladys.
was 6'5", baby. I thought I was a woman that was stature and I was thick.
Woo!
Oh, I moved like that. I moved like that.
That
Alika
is
say, don't
hilarious.
forget
Mama
Gladys Knight.
Gladys.
Oh yes, yes.
Yes, yeah. Oh my gosh, she talking about we had matching kneecaps. Shut your I know because Alika's another I've learned a
Little
new
mama,
words
yeah.
since being in Columbia. The yay of the community here, yay calls she talking about we call you 2x4s. I was like, oh, a 2x4. God dog, that's a new word.
Uh-uh.
2x4. Oh man, Alika say Salt and Pepper was one of her was a wild women's because I was all up in Morningside Elementary to my push it.
Oh, I
Had
know the
no
whole
idea what I was saying, all up in there.
song.
Had no idea, boy.
About to get Catholic school messing with salt and pepper.
Yeah.
You think about Cheryl Lee. She was definitely one of my
Yes.
favorite
Yes.
outspoken women, and still to this day, like she
Yes.
is amazing, and she is a
Yes.
wild woman. She
Yes, she
stands
is.
up for everything.
Yes.
Us,
I agree.
everything her, and
Yes.
women, just a pioneer that stands out to me when it comes to sisterhood and supporting
Absolutely.
other women, encouraging other
Absolutely.
women. I love
Yes.
her so
Yes.
much. Salt and pepper made me
Absolutely.
think
Shirley,
about
go
her.
ahead. I'm sorry.
I was saying salt and pepper made me think about her because I had thought about Brandy. I meant to mention her, but
Yeah.
Oh
yeah. So
yes, Brandy
she,
has grown into a wild woman. I love her.
Oh yeah, she has. She definitely has. But yeah, Shirley Ralph, one of the first introductions that I remember of her I love was in the was that the movie with Bill Cosby and Sidney Poitier when she was stood up to the teachers at that school and she told that woman, "Why are you here? You don't care for us when you making your 30,000 a year." Baby, I was like, "Get it." Yeah, she was standing
yeah,
up. She was which it wasn't Which Way Up. I forgot the name of the movie, but it's a
Ah,
70s movie with Bill Cosby and Sidney Poitier. But it was a very profound
I can't
monologue that
remember
she
the
had.
name, but I do know.
You know what I'm talking about? Good. Yes, yes, yes.
yes.
So
And
yeah, I
we got
love
to love
Shirley Ralph.
Angela Bassett.
Angela Bassett,
Like
baby. Yes, yes,
she
yes.
was Tina. I don't care
Yeah.
what y'all said.
You
She
couldn't
was.
tell me she
Mhm.
wasn't Tina, but she
What?
was Tina.
And when she did that rolling scene, everybody wanted them arms.
Yeah,
Everybody
baby.
was trying to get it right.
Yes, dear. Got to get them arms right. And then when she did Waiting to Exhale, baby, I was like,
Like
get it,
everybody
boo, light
wanted to
it on
smoke a
fire, boo,
cigarette.
light it on fire, boo.
Yes.
And
Everybody
then
was
comes
just dry smoking. You wasn't even inhaling.
I wasn't even, yeah, I didn't even smoke, but I wanted to smoke because she made it look good, boo. But I was like, no,
And
just light it,
did.
light it. And then
And
I think
did.
her character, the next character role that I think I enjoyed of hers was American Horror Story when she played in that when she played Mama Marie
Oh,
Laveau, baby. I say, God,
yeah.
dog, Angela acting her behind now, baby. She embodied Marie Laveau.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
She
she did
embodied.
the same. That's what I was thinking when she said Tina Turner. She literally,
Yes,
if she was in the spirit realm, you would have thought that
baby.
she was
Yes,
mounted because she takes
yes,
on those characters so
yes,
well.
she does. Yes, she
Facial
She
does.
does.
expressions,
Yes.
everything. Like I truly believe that she is a priestess and that she is having
Uh,
Of
communication.
course.
yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I agree. I agree. And I think the final role that when she played doing the second Black Panther, doing her Queen
Yes,
Ramonda,
Wakanda was like,
baby. Woo,
yes,
my heart was hurting. I was like, oh, tell
Yeah.
her Queen Ramonda. Hey, baby. I was like, so yeah, she does a great job in embodying the personality, the characteristics, the
Hmm.
essence of a character and the essence of a person. And I definitely love her for it. She's never not Angela, but she's always Angela, but she's just a different aspect of Angela is what I see
yeah.
when I watch her act. But yeah, those are definitely great women.
And one
Um,
of those, one of her things when it comes to her movies, I heard her during the interview. She doesn't take just any role either,
yes,
and I think
good.
that makes
Mhm.
her a wild warrior woman as well because it's like, oh, this is not worth,
Right.
I'm worth more, and this is
Yeah,
not worth what I stand for.
that's
And I
Mhm.
right.
love that about her
Absolutely.
because she doesn't. It has to be. It has to be honorable for
Yes. Right.
honorable for us and honorable for her as a woman. And
Yes.
I admire that about her.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. See, I love women who have when you say I'm going to stand for this. I'm not doing anything else if it doesn't represent me and my women,
Hmm.
my people well. Cicely Tyson was like that, which I
Yeah.
absolutely adored. One of my other wild women was Eartha Kitt, man. I'm telling you,
Ooh,
I
the
love
original Catwoman.
Oh, okay, the OG baby, the OG, and I love Eartha Kitt because and as the social media and as the internet got bigger, we were able to see a lot more of her interviews, and she was
Hmm.
always on it, baby. She always advocated for being self, looking out for self, standing up for self,
Yeah.
and she just well, and she even talked about the colorism that she had to deal with in Hollywood because they criticized her for
Mhm.
dating and marrying white men. She was like, they was like, well, why didn't you want the black? Why didn't you go for marry black? She was like, because they didn't want me. The circle that I was rolling, that I was in, I was, in Hollywood. They just wanted me in their bed. They didn't want me as their wife. I said, ooh. She said they wanted, even as light as I was, they wanted a white woman. I said, God,
Mhm.
better speak
Mm,
it then.
yeah.
Yes. So I love that. I love that. I want to as I put up, Miss Teresa Gully said she was mesmerized by Cicely Tyson, Diane Carroll, Lena Horne, and also Eartha
Oh,
Kitt.
Lena Horne.
Yes,
The
Lena,
horn,
yes.
as Fred Sanford called
Uh-huh.
her. Okay, y'all. I've been on the Sanford and Son binge for the last week, so
Uh-huh.
I know all the episodes right now.
Come on now, baby. Come on. I've watched probably Sanford so all seasons about 2 or 3 times within my lifetime, baby. I love it. I
Mhm.
love it. But what I want to ask you, when did y'all find out that you were different or wild, or that you wanted to go, you didn't want to travel the lane that was traveled by most, you know what I'm saying? When did you realize that?
Hmm. Hmm. I mean, for me, I think that I always kind of knew
Mm-hmm.
that I was a little different. Like I told
Mm-hmm.
you, being that little girl walking through the and
Right.
then my mama didn't make it. Look, I'm already an Aries and a little cocky,
Come
and my
on.
mama didn't make it no better because she put up poster-sized pictures of me
Come on, baby. Come on.
all over the house. Aria, not little pictures, poster-sized pictures all over the house. Okay,
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
so I grew up with a very, I liked me. My dad always told me that you are not better than anyone else, but no one else is better than you. So you don't have to
Come
bow
on.
down to
Come
anyone.
on.
You know who
Yes.
you are and you stand in that. And
Yeah.
so, and between that and my wild mama, I was okay with, people feeling how they felt uh,
Mm-hmm.
about me. So I kind of always knew, but I think what really when I really like kind of like grew into it and just knew that I was an against the grain kind of girl,
Mm-hmm.
maybe like in my early 30s. I was going through that, the station that I feel like all of us were kind of go through when we were like, this stuff, some of this stuff that they've been telling us ain't right. And
Mm-hmm.
and I can't go along with the go along no more. And I'm just gonna have to step back and so I can figure out what works for me.
Right.
And what that meant for me was going against the grain that was popular in my
Mm-hmm.
family and in the people who were close to me at the time.
Right.
Um,
Beautiful.
it took a lot of inner strength and understanding to be able to do that. That meant, in some ways, going against mama, my daddy,
Right.
uh,
Right.
close family members, close friends. I lost friends,
Mm-hmm.
and my what I told my mother and my father when I made this decision, it was really to stop. I stopped going to church.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and that
Mm-hmm.
was a point of contention because I was
Right.
raised in church,
In the church.
in the
Yes.
church, right?
Yes.
And I never said that I'm denouncing the creator.
Right.
No, I'm not doing that. I'm just saying that something about this organized religion situation is not
Right.
working for me, and I need
Right.
time to sort that out.
Right.
Mhm.
And what I told them after we had very long conversations with both of them, hours and hours of conversations, we came to the conclusion that if you love me like you say you love me, and I love you like I say I love you, then we can agree to disagree and keep
Ashe.
loving each other.
Ashe. Ashe.
And it was at that point that I was content with finding my own way. And
Mm-hmm.
whatever, I knew that the people who were meant to be there would still be there at the end
Mm-hmm.
of the day. And those who were not, I wished them well and sent them on their way.
All
And
right now. Yeah.
and that was okay with me. And
Right.
yeah, I think that is when I knew that I was not going to be the status quo, and
Right.
that I was going to do things a little differently on purpose.
I say on purpose. Real quick for Ari gets in. Alika said she
I,
knew she was a wild warrior
I'm crying right now.
when she said when I stole $40 out of my mama's purse because she wouldn't go get me a hamburger. I crossed the highway and I got my own damn burger. And police brought me home and she said she was about 4 years old.
Yes,
Girl,
That's
I,
when she knew.
you needed a whooping. I don't even believe in whoopings no more, Lisa, but you needed a whooping.
Woo!
I
Yes.
tried not to bust out laughing when I first seen that go. I went and got
I
my
saw, I
own
saw it
damn.
in your
She
face.
said she got her own damn burger, baby. She said, "Mama ain't getting it. I got it. No problem."
Oh, goodness.
Yes. Who then she said, nah, for real. She didn't want to be like anybody else, her hair, clothes, or her actions. And I think that was that was my thing as well. She said she got her whooping though. She got her whooping, but she said it was worth it though,
It
boo.
was
She
worth
said it was
it.
Oh,
worth
that
it.
burger was
And
good. Was it a
right.
Whopper?
And
Was
that's
it
the
a real
problem with
burger?
fire signs,
With
baby, because
cheese?
I every weapon I got, I deserved it too, baby. I was like, I made it worth my while. If I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it big, boo. Make it worth it.
Yep.
Shoot.
Go.
I don't know who Facebook user is, but they said, "Hey y'all, my sister." So peace to you, and let us know who you are. When you join the
Yeah.
StreamYard, I think they say you got to get permission to use your name. You have to put your name in there or something, but I never really find where that is. So I understand. But just when you comment, put your name in there, and I put it up here. We would definitely acknowledge you. But yeah, Alika, yeah, you needed your ass whooped for that one. I'm glad you got it.
Running across that highway like you ain't got no sense.
Yes, and that's what I was about to say. I think. Oh, there you go. And that's let me stop touching stuff. That's what I was about to say. It wouldn't be one of them scared whippings. Like, God damn it, you don't cross that. That's because
Uh-huh.
Mama scared. Like, cause you could have been gone. That's why I got a
Mhm.
lot of scared women because I used to always do shit. And they be like, "No, I told you don't do that, Coco." That was my nickname, Coco. Get your ass here, Coco. You always on Coco, Coco. I was like, God, dog. I just want to go be. I just want to go float. Let me just go do it. I want you give me freedom. You tell me don't be until this certain time, baby. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna use that. I would go halfway
She gonna
across
come in. You
town.
tell her to be here home at 12 a.m. She coming in at 11:59, calling 59.
Really? Not probably 1201, boo. Probably 1201. Pushing it. That's my little bad ass. Probably 1201. But yeah, but
See, that's
yes.
balance. At least I had some balance.
Right,
I'm, I'm technically on time. That's what I like to
right,
say.
right.
It just turned
Woo.
12 while we sitting here
Just
talking.
turned to
It
right,
just
right, right. Shit, I'm gonna sit out there little. I'm like the old one, like whoop. Okay, I came. I didn't do exactly what you told me to do. I did a little bit what I want to do, but what you told me I need to do. But yeah, that's why I was always getting my ass whooped. All that wasn't abuse. I ain't gonna even front like it was, baby. It was definitely warranted. And look,
yes.
when they brought them folding chairs out, I was like, I don't even want to go get no folding chair memorabilia because, baby, that was what came my claim to fame. That because I ran, I was a runner, and
Ooh.
my grandmother had to go get that folding chair and lay my ass on down in there and say, "You move, you done." I was like, "Okay, I gotta take this whoop because if I go, that chair gonna
Ooh.
collapse on my head, and
So
I'm
you know it. So you know what it's like. So you know what the chair is like, baby. Ooh, I know you.
Oh, y'all got
Feel sorry
abused.
for them folks. Feel sorry for them folks.
I didn't get no chairs now. Mm-mm.
Oh
woo."
Thank
goodness.
you,
But yeah,
Mama.
so
Thank
when
you,
did you know,
Mama.
Arya, that you were wild or going, or that you just knew you was about to be different? Things were gonna be different for you.
I think I my what I'm remembering first is I probably was about 6 maybe,
Hmm.
and it was Christmas time. We was
Hmm.
opening up Christmas gifts, and me and my sister was opening a gift. We were opening a gift at the same time, and when I opened my gift, I had a white Cabbage Patch doll.
Hmm.
Sister opened hers and she had a black Cabbage Patch doll.
Uh-oh.
Was mad. Big mad.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
And in my head, I was like, talking shit. I was like, I don't want this baby doll. I want that one. And my
Yeah.
mom looked over and she said, that one is your sister's and that one is yours. And I was really happy because of the black one. She was so cute. She had a little mole on her face like I did.
Oh,
And I just, you know, that's one of my earliest memories of not knowing anything about or really thinking about like you know, racism or
right,
white
right,
inferiority,
right,
anything like that. Like
right,
that's my first when I knew like I was different because at the time, like Jam, Jam or Jim Dolls was out. You know,
mm-hmm.
Barbie was big. Like all of those cartoons, Rainbow Bright, like all the
Right,
white
right,
character cartoons and stuff. But
right.
I wanted this black Cabbage Patch doll because you did not see
Nope.
black Cabbage Patch doll.
No. Yes, ma'am.
And
Yep.
But
so
when that Kenya
that's
doll came out, though, we was talking about that. Like, go ahead.
which one? Yo, you said the Kenya doll?
Yeah, yeah.
Doll came out, girl. You couldn't tell me nothing.
Yes.
They
Yes.
named the whole doll after me.
After you,
Yeah.
okay, boy,
Yeah.
you don't do that to Aries, boo.
Yeah, so that was my first experience,
Uh-huh.
you know, where I kind of knew, you know, I was different.
Mm-hmm.
And the second one was, and it was 3 times. The
Mm-hmm.
second one was when I was in middle school. I wanted to play basketball,
Mm-hmm.
and but I wore nails.
Mm.
I
Look at
wore
that. Look at
nails,
that. Look at the balance.
and it was like, you can't play basketball with nails, like you know, like really, you a girly girl, like please. I got
Mm-hmm.
on that basketball team with my red nails. And today I have a picture with me. It was basketball season. We was taking pictures, and I'm gripping that ball, and I still got a mean jump shot now
Come on now. Come on.
with the nails.
Come on now. Yes.
But I go ahead, sis.
No, I said them nails are intact.
Come on, baby.
Yes.
Okay.
And it was just like, so what? I can still do this. Like just because, you know, I want to wear a bang. I had a bang too.
Come on.
But like I'm gonna play basketball on these nails, and I did. I played basketball in my nails for 4 years in middle school and high school. So I knew, like, you know, I was different then. But when I realized that I was wild, I was a wild woman. My late 20s, when it was my second encounter with the Pan African movement,
Mm-hmm.
and I had met my ex, and I just used to hear a lot of familiar stuff, like being around that crowd at work. And I used to hear a lot of familiar stuff, and I'm like, I wonder if this is why my kids is acting crazy, you know, because you know, this stuff on this TV or like on what's that? They clone Tyrone because they eating this cereal with all this sugar. You know, and I started to, like, you know, dig a little deeper and sit and watch cartoons with them, you know, to see, like, because cartoons wasn't what they were in the Care Bear days. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
It wasn't. When SpongeBob came out, cartoons was different.
Yes.
So, you know, I started to sit there and I'm like, like, you know, this, hell no, you know.
Right.
So at that point, I was like, nope, no TV, no sugar, like we not buying Captain Crunch and stuff, you know, no more. But my children had no problem. Like, it was like they knew that what wasn't supposed to be being done too at 3 and 5 years old. So I kind of was thinking to myself, like, am I crazy?
Right.
People gonna think I'm crazy. I'm taking the TV. I'm taking cereal. We're not eating no more pork. Like, but that was it was a decision based on mental health as well as like physical health. You know what I'm saying? Like, it can't be healthy for my son to be sitting up here 18 hours out of this day because he wasn't in school or daycare yet, and I was teaching at home with everything that I already teach, for him to be watching SpongeBob all day, every day.
Right.
And I noticed, like, that was my first thing. I'm like, Juju running around here acting like SpongeBob, chasing my baby around the house with a spatula. You know, so that's when I knew, like, nope, I'm not for the box.
Right, right. Absolutely. I say.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I knew when I would just lay up and outside in the grass, and I would just lay there, and when I would look up into the sky and the clouds, I would always see myself somewhere else, and I'm like I would always just disappear. I wouldn't be where I was, and I'm like everybody be like, well, come play, come do this. Now I want to do this. I have my times. I'm gonna come play. I'm gonna come kick it with you. I'm gonna jump on the dirty mattress. We're gonna jump off the roof. We're gonna do some wheelies on the bicycle. Cause I was a tomboy. I had number boy cousin. And that was just good for me because I tested out my roughness, baby. We gonna get physical. But I had my times when I wanted to be alone, and I didn't. I always knew I didn't belong where I was. I didn't feel like I fit in. I used to always vacillated between I mean, was I given to the wrong family? What's going on? I just always was like, what is wrong? Why am I don't want to do what everybody else do. I don't want to eat what everybody else eat. There were some things growing up I ate because I had to. Then you're gonna eat that
Yeah.
bologna
Yeah.
sandwich and you're gonna enjoy it because this is what we got. So that was that. But I also knew that I was going to be different because of those experiences of poverty, of living in an impoverished area, and not knowing, well, wearing my auntie dirty clothes out the dirty pile of going to school trying to make it work. But I didn't care. I got high sided. That's what I got high sided bad. And I fought all the time, even if I'm playing. And I fought with the guys mainly. And I played with them and I fought with them, but they would high side. But I knew that I was different because you couldn't tell me. I'm still gonna be me. I gotta do what I gotta do. I need these clothes. I don't have my own, so I gotta do this. But so you're not gonna make me feel bad for having this. And I'm gonna still wear it, and you're gonna still play with me, and I'm gonna still probably beat you up. So you need to come out. We're gonna do this, but you're not gonna make me feel bad. But I always knew I didn't belong. I did not belong. It's all the experiences that would cooking noodles or grilling on a grill because we didn't have lights, siphoning water from next door. I always was going to overcome, and I still wanted to do great things. And I was like, man, there was nothing that was going to get me down. And that's when I kind of was like, yeah, you different, girl. Cause I'm watching everybody else just blending in. It's just like, this is what it is. This is what we finna do. But I was like, no, I never, I always, I'm giggling now, but they always talked about me because I always used, perfect diction. I'm speaking well. I'm going to use, I'm not splitting the verbs and things like that. And they used to always like, why you gotta talk white? And I'm like, I don't know. I'm just talking. I ain't trying to do this. This is not a thing that I want to do.
Yeah.
And I said, then I know that there's something greater out there for me. And I always strive for that. I've always looked and searched for that. So that's when I really knew. And then when getting older, when the fads would come out, I couldn't afford starter jackets and stuff like that. So I made my own style. I would do, and when I saw the reaction that I got, some would laugh, some would giggle, but you still looking. You can laugh all you want, baby. Again, that don't bother me, but you looking, boo. This is how I want to be. I ain't got to look like a robot. They gonna spot me out the crowd because I don't look like everybody else. And so I love that feeling. And then I continue to do that. I continue to be free to dress and do as I please. If everybody wearing their hair in the doing the bob cut, the shag, short at the top, long in the back, I wasn't doing it. I'm gonna do the asymmetrical. I'm gonna be long and it's gonna go all around. I'm gonna be different. Everybody doing their curls. They wanted the wet, juicy curl. I wanted the dry curl because I wanted it to look natural. I'm gonna look like Freddie from Different World. Mine gonna look natural, baby. So I'm different. So those are the things that kind of helped me understand that I was different. I'm in this world, but I'm not of this world, baby. When I read that scripture, And I saw that. I said, "Yep, that's me right there." I am in this world, but I am not of this world, babe. I've always thought that I was magical, and I was from a different planet, different world. I believed in mermaids and unicorns, and I believed that I was a fairy. I believe that, and I said there's a fraudulent slip. I said believe, but that's because I do. I do believe.
Yes, ma'am. And you know what, Nkoyo, you are that. Of course, everything that we spoke about makes us who we are today. But
Mhm.
I just want to say that you're so different and so amazing. You carry that to where you are right now. And when I say fashionista or
Baby,
whatever the
you
name
can't
of
mess
it
with my
is,
sister. You can't
Thank
mess with her.
you.
still gonna rock
Thank you.
some earrings. Ain't nobody else gonna see nowhere around the world. It's gonna be one. It's gonna be a peace sign. The other one gonna be a ankh or a moon or something, and it's gonna match. And she gonna have
Right.
on the jean jacket with the
Yes.
the Billie Jean Michael Jackson jacket with the starter coat sign on it. And she's gonna be rocking it. Okay,
Wait,
I
wait,
give
Aria.
thanks.
And don't let her go to the thrift store, baby. She gonna come at the thrift store and you're gonna be like, where you find that at?
They
exactly,
big.
Thrift
They
store. How you
big.
exactly.
find it?
So.
Because I
That's
didn't
my
see it.
okay.
Exactly.
My size. I don't
Talk
It-
about fashion and dressing and stuff. And I love that about you because it's you like you said, they're gonna pick you out the crowd.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So
Right. Give thanks. I
She a,
appreciate it.
she
Y'all.
a, baby, she a 60 throwback. She a 60s, 50s, 40s, 30s, and 20s.
and make
Yes,
it
baby.
modern. And make
And
it
Baby,
baby,
I love it.
2050. She making
Yes.
2050, not 2020. They not even ready, but she on some Andre 3000,
no,
Come
yeah.
on, baby. And
Super
that's where
Universe. Yes.
I believe it too, baby. I be stepping out like, baby, y'all look, cause people. It's guys I even used to. They be like, them people looking at you, and they looking at you because you got them blue bowling shoes on. You're acting. We're not bowling. You're actually. I said, I don't care. Let them look good. They can go because I'm confident in what I am
Yeah.
wearing, and I'm wearing it because I want to wear it, and I follow my spirit, how I'm feeling. I get up and I try. I didn't like to plan my outfits unless I'm gonna get the play dress up the night before and actually put on some clothes to see how I'm feeling because I want to see how I felt that morning. What's the energy? And
Mhm.
that's how I dress. I'm like, okay,
Mm.
and I'm gone. But that's a call being wild because you're naturally listening to your gut, your
Yes.
instinct. You're being you naturally, and so you when you do that, great things can come out of that, things that nobody else can fathom. You know what I'm saying? So
What's
I
funny What's funny, Kamaria, is when she told me about this, I'm sitting there and I'm like, well, am I supposed to be in a head wrap and a lay cage? Or, am I supposed to be in some comfortable house clothes? Or do I need to have on a dress?
Well,
It's
no,
gonna
but
be,
you got to think
you
about
know,
your outfit when you're gonna be with
yeah, it's gonna be our bachelor day. So I'm calling her and I'm like, well, sis, what we gonna be because I know I said I need you go ahead and pick the picture because Nkoyo is the vibe. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? And I'm
I
like,
say,
well, is we gonna be,
She
like
not
I
the
said,
vibe, she
head
is
wrap?
a vibe. She is
Exactly.
a
She
vibe.
is a vibe. She is a vibe. So,
right.
do we need to, we going red, black, and green. We going
Oh,
all white.
right,
Like,
Oh yeah,
right,
that's why I
right.
put on my animal, my one half animal. Look, my one half animal print today
Come
because
on, baby. Come
I
on,
know
baby.
she know I'm gonna
Wow.
wear my print. So
Come
you know,
on.
yeah.
Wow.
we got
Wow.
it up.
Come out. She
You just don't
wow.
know what you're gonna get. So I appreciate that in her.
I say, yeah. I enjoy watching other people freely be themselves. I get enjoyment out of it. I watch people because I'm a big people watcher and I just be grinning and smiling because I'm enjoying when people dancing and they just doing it. I'm like, yes, get it. Just live like because I'm like, I'm gonna do me. So
Yeah.
y'all can just sit back and watch all you want, but you can join in too, though. And that's gonna make the vibe even bigger. And I want to be around that because I ain't always been here. I've always been definitely been the vibe and a vibe, but there have been times, especially though there have been times where I'm like, the people who closest to me know that other side of me where I'm, it's a little dark and it's a little, but I really have can say that I've lived my life in that Aries spotlight energy. I love the spotlight and I'm gonna be out there and you're gonna see me, boo. But it ain't for like I don't want you to say nothing. It's just this how I'm feeling, boo. So
It's
you can either get
natural.
in on it or you don't.
It's
And
natural.
yes, and I'm grateful for that because there have been so many things that have happened in my life that could have dampened that and shut that shit down, and I've been able to fight against it. And even it had at a certain part of it, it had been shut down. So I really fought to really to come out to be even who I am now, to do certain things, but that dressing outwardly and really go hairstyles, that's been me, but that inside now matches what I've been doing on the outside, and I'm grateful for that. And before we go on, y'all see our brother Rich Raw on here with them
I
eyes.
see them eyes.
It up out. No, I'm just
Ain't
kidding.
nothing out the world. Good night.
Look,
Ain't no
Nkoyo.
thing for me.
Right. With what you do to me, right? Everything you do.
But money don't eat. But money don't eat meat. I do.
Come on. I know that's right. True. I know that's right. True. So, yeah, shout out to Rich Supreme Raw
What's
Africa
up,
in the
Frank?
funky town of the Supreme Pull Up, y'all in town. He done moved up from he don't mess with the little folks and just give you don't get to just order a meal, baby. You got to cater. If you ain't
Gotta
catering,
cater,
he
baby.
ain't coming.
Gotta
He
I
ain't
heard that.
cooking.
The
He ain't
caterer
cooking.
is
So
right.
I heard
Okay.
that.
yeah. So I'll shout out to him. But my next question would be, as we getting ready to wrap it up in about 15 minutes. It's just that how within as we're here now, where you are now, and how does your wild warrior womanness show up? How have you and has it just how has it shown up? I'll ponder on the next part, but how has that shown up for you?
Arya, I am going, I'm a talker, so I'm a relinquish, and I have my answer in my head, but I'm going to let you go first because
You
see,
a
this is
talker. You
part
are
of
a
my wild
talker.
warrior maturity,
That part.
right? Because
Oh,
old
Bobby,
Kamaria would have just started talking, but the mature, Kamaria.
I'm
Well, I will
telling,
say
I mean that my camera, he needs to come fix it. My tech man got to come fix it.
Yeah.
So
I will
y'all
say
Tech,
go ahead, or you give the
tech
answer.
man, come on.
Tech
I was
man.
waiting on you too, Kamaria, because I'm a talker as well. But we got 15 minutes, so I'm gonna make it quick. Did she want us to wait?
No. She wants us to go while she's getting her
Okay.
camera together.
Okay. Wow, how my wild warrior woman shows up. Woo. Mainly, I would say mainly in the spiritual sense. Everything for me in my life right now, I don't care whether it is dealing with my family, dealing with my business, my career, myself as a healer, as a wife, as a mother, everything is spiritual. I'm not one of those people that's like high, holy, rolling, but I am one of those people that everything that we are experiencing, that we go through, that we encounter has already happened in the spiritual realm. Can't nobody tell me different.
Right.
And so I show up my wildest in my wild warrior woman form daily
I say.
because I'm consistently up against, the odds as a woman, as a Black woman, as a mother, as a married woman. And so every day, even in my softness, my warrior is there because I
Right.
got to go hard at being soft. You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
Right.
I have to make sure that my spirit is nourishing, not only for myself. I also have an Elay. And so I'm consistently in wild warrior woman mode. helping others heal, making sure
Yeah.
that I'm doing my own work internally, making sure
Yeah.
that my own household is straight and in order, making sure that my energy is balanced. It is work. It is work. It
Yes.
is work. It is work. And what I love about the work and showing up as a wild warrior woman daily is that I get to see myself and feel myself in that. I get to practice and make sure that I'm being soft. I get
Yeah.
to practice and make sure that I'm taking care of myself. So my journey makes me self-check daily. It makes me reflect daily. It constantly has me checking myself,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
checking my energy, checking my space, checking my progress, making sure that I'm not stagnant or in the dumps or like regressing.
Right. Right.
Um, I have done a lot of work to be where I am, and my whole um like it shows up for me daily in all those things, and
Right.
like I said, my motherhood, my as a wife, as a a spiritual leader, or giving guidance, as well as my community. And when I say community, I'm really in the past I'm like, oh, community, 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 and it never dawned on me that we hear people say, oh, your community starts in the home, but like, how many of us really
Right.
live that?
Right.
And it's
Absolutely.
not just a cliche or something
Right.
to say.
Right.
So my work and my community start in my home.
I
And I
say.
make sure now at this point that I'm not even doing work for nobody else if this is not straight.
Come on. I
And
say.
so that's how my wild warrior woman shows up for me daily. It shows up in my love. It shows up in my care. It shows up in what I give to others, which I try more to stay balanced in what I give to myself, taking care
Mhm.
of myself, making sure that my mental is straight, making sure that my spirit is straight, making sure that I'm working on my physical again, y'all. But
Come on.
before I can
Yeah.
give, I make sure that my cup is
Right.
not full but overflowing
I say.
before extending anything to others.
I say when you
That's
said
how it
that,
shows up for me.
it made me think about Lisa Nichols. She's a motivation speaker. I love her. She's a wild woman that I admire based on her story. But she was saying, yeah, when you said, you make sure that your cup is overflowing, and she said she makes sure that she's like, I'm not giving you the same. I'm not giving you a drink from my cup. You can get what's on the salsa. I put it on the get what overflows to the salsa. You can have, because I got to have all that for me. So I really, yeah, that was
Yeah.
good.
And
Yeah, that was
I
good.
had to learn that because
Right.
our cups can be full. Our cups can be full, but as soon as your cup fill up and you pour into somebody
Yep.
else, then it's
Yep.
here to go emptying again.
Yep.
So
Absolutely.
I've learned to give from my overflow,
I
and
say.
that works out better for me because I'm never dry. I'm never
Right.
low on what I need. And Baba highlighted or somebody when I said I gotta go hard to be soft, and that is because we, in a position having to go hard with everything else.
Hmm.
It's a lot of oh, I'm in my soft woman era. I'm in my
Right.
soft woman era, but we can't just sit in the soft woman era and be soft. So
Right.
I love my warrior woman mode, and so I'm going to be going hard in my warrior woman mode to be soft.
I say. I
There
say.
you go.
I say. I say.
I
That's
love
beautiful.
that.
Yes.
Yes, Arya. Thank you so. Okay, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna get the name right next time.
By retreat, by retreat.
Antonio didn't warn me
You got
that.
a couple months.
Okay,
You got a couple months.
I'm gonna get it together. I promise you.
God
I'm
is
gonna get it
good.
together. I'm gonna study I'm gonna put it on a note card, a Quizlet, all of it. I'm gonna get it right.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Oh wow. Okay, but this is wonderful because this is a great way for me to, veggie back off
Yes.
of you. For me, I am a lot like you, Aria. Like my wild woman right now revolves around my peace
Mm-hmm.
and my self empowerment and my vision.
Yes.
Um,
Ashe.
one thing that I've been saying is that sight is not required for vision,
Mm.
but vision is required for peace, right? So
Mm.
with that being said, like I had to, for me personally, I had to come to the understanding that I had real trauma that I had not even acknowledged.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
I went straight from the initial Stevens Johnson syndrome um, reaction
Uh-huh.
to living life, and then I went straight from the second reaction to starting school, and I didn't stop to identify and deal with the real trauma that it was to go through all of that.
Mm-hmm.
And it finally in January 21, it finally all like hit me full fledged.
Mm-hmm.
Like, girl, you gonna have to go ahead and deal with this. Like,
Right. Right.
and deal with it. Pause for a moment in order to do that. So I deal with some really heavy stuff in my work.
Ashe.
Um, I deal with ancestors who have not been acknowledged, who have been forgotten. And so
Mhm.
for me, delving into their stories and their personal lives and really being able to understand them, I have come to the conclusion and the understanding that I'm a vessel. Like this is not really
Yeah.
me. I'm just
Right.
allowing myself to be used in
Yes.
order to expound and see things that other people who don't live in this realm and who don't have this understanding of this experience can't see.
Right.
So
Right.
one of the very most important things for me over the last few years has been really identifying a way of protecting my peace,
Mm-hmm.
giving myself permission to do what's right for me, even if
Mm-hmm.
it don't look right to everybody else. Because the truth of
Right.
the matter is, being away from my family, my husband, my friends for almost 9 months out of the year don't look
Right.
right to everybody.
Right.
People like,
Right.
girl, you're supposed to be at home with your man. What did you
Right.
miss? You out there
Right.
drinking, and he in Texas, and y'all
Right.
not together. How's it working? However,
Right.
However, I
Come
give
on.
myself permission to do what's best for me.
Yes.
Ashe.
And
Ashe.
and I give him permission to do what's best for him
Ashe.
and find his peace. And so
Right.
a lot of my peace is giving myself permission to have the peace.
Ashe.
And then lastly, I created a kind of like a ritual, my morning ritual that I do every morning.
Mm-hmm.
I purposely don't talk to people in the morning until
Come
I
on.
complete my morning ritual.
Yes.
I be trying to
It
tell
ain't
them.
no, it ain't no shade. Everybody in my
Mm-mm.
house know now. It ain't no shade. It's
Mm-mm.
not that I feel some kind of way about you. If you call me at 7 o'clock in the morning, I'm probably not gonna pick up the phone unless you call me 2 or 3 times because then I
Right.
know it's an emergency.
Right. Right.
Because I am doing my morning ritual.
That's
And
right.
I am giving myself permission to be at peace for the day. I'm creating my peace for the day. And I am opening myself up to tell the stories of those whose stories haven't been told.
Ashe. Look at
And
you.
and that is the I have the privilege of doing that work. I understand that work is a
Yes.
privilege. It
Yes.
Right.
is not something that I am entitled to.
Right.
I'm not
Absolutely.
entitled to their stories.
Say that, sis.
This is a privilege.
Ashe.
So yeah, that is how my wild woman is just finding the balance. balance in it all.
Ashe.
And
Ashe.
being able to be whatever version of wild, authentic, audacious,
Yes.
because sometimes audacious and bold and wild is shutting the fuck up. Excuse my French.
No, you good, baby. You good, boo. You good.
Sometimes that is a part of being wild,
Yes.
audacious, and bold.
Yes,
That's
it
right.
It's easy in this society to be rah-rah. all
Right.
the
Oh,
It's real easy, but
Mhm.
it's hard to learn how to say, now, Kamaria, that man left them drawers on the floor.
mhm.
How does those drawers on the floor
Come
affect
on.
you personally?
Come
And
on.
why are you really so mad
That
about
part.
those underwear
Come
on the floor?
on. Yes,
Mm.
ma'am. Yes,
Are you
ma'am.
really mad about the drawers, or are you really mad about the fact that you can't control something?
Woo.
And that lack of control links into earlier traumas in your life.
Yes, ma'am. Oh, you
So
said
it's
a
your
word
truth,
there, boo. Come on.
I'm
right?
going here and
Those are the
apologize
real
to
shit.
Bree
That's
in a
part of
minute.
being a wild woman sometimes, is being able to close it down,
Yes.
go within,
Yes.
and figure out what trigger is really happening
That part.
and how to heal that trigger in that trauma.
Right. Right.
So yeah, that's my current voyage of wild womanhood. Is learning
Beautiful.
to
Oh
Beautiful.
gosh, Kamaria, I said this after our moon call too. Like, I'm so proud of you, and like hearing, we used to talk a lot, but just hearing you where you are, and it just makes my heart smile. For you to honor the fact that you're a vessel, and that being a privilege, because
Yes.
people are here like, oh, my ancestors told me this and that. Like, it's not something it's a gift,
Right.
and it
Right.
is a privilege.
Right.
And also honoring that you need to put yourself in a space to be able to be the best vessel
Yes.
for that. And that's why you're
Yes.
chosen, girl. That's why you're chosen.
Come on. Okay. She chose it.
And another word, which you just you know how they be like, help me help you. You just helped me, because one of the things that I am working on is just that, shutting the fuck up sometimes. Excuse my French. But so like I'll come home and something is moved, and I'm like, why y'all do this? And who took the bag off the box? Does it really matter that the bag is not on the box and it's on the shelf?
Woo! I know, baby.
Yes.
Okay. Yes, it matters. I
To the
know.
front.
Like, but why?
Yes, like does that really matter? Why make a big, what's really wrong with you?
Right.
My daughter has been like, is you having a bad day? Because if you just having a bad day, then just
say it. Yeah.
I love that. And that's a confirmation for me that I'm on the right track in acknowledging that part of, my wild woman, and how I can better grow into healing that part of me. So
Ashe, yes. I love all of it, because I'm here for that, baby. That's been a part of me becoming more naturally me, and that's hence the word wild, because I am naturally in the state of who I am. I've fought against the natural, some of the naturalness of myself for so long, because it's been beat up on, or been pushed away, or been denounced, and so I'm a natural. I'm a lover. I'm not a fighter naturally. I mean, I can fight. I like fighting.
You fight.
But I don't want to.
I want to share this with y'all just really quick.
Yes.
The energy right now is so high, and it's so powerful, right? And we're all spiritual beings.
Yes.
And so we're sitting here, we're telling our stories, we're talking about Kamaria and this being a vessel for spirit, right?
Yes.
And it's 10:02 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Dark outside. I'm out in my EVA with the windows open and stuff. And I'm not really easily spooked. This man just walked up to my window and said, "Hey," and he held up a bag.
What?
I guess one of the kids just called DoorDash or Uber or something.
Oh, girl.
But he's scared the shit out of me. Because let me tell you something, I've had to learn how to know when I have got myself in a space of um ancestral energy
Right.
or deity energy coming in. And
Right.
so one of the things I'm thinking is that we've been talking about women. We've been
Mm.
conjuring the wild warrior woman spirit. So I
Right.
just want to at this time give thanks for the masculine energy in our lives that
Ashe.
support
Ashe.
our wild woman,
That's right.
the wild warrior woman in us.
Ashe.
So I just want to give thanks to that masculine energy. I give thanks for my husband and my support. Baba,
Ashe.
I mean,
Yes.
one of
Ashe.
the at this point, if somebody was to mention men, teachers, mentors,
Mm-hmm.
inspirations in my life, he would definitely be one. Junichi,
Ashe.
like I love him because he doesn't change. He is
Yes.
going to warrior
Yes.
wake up. I
I
don't
was
care
just
if it's
saying, what mission are we on today? And he
Right.
moves just like that.
and I honor that male and that masculine energy.
That's right.
Even the brothers, Rich Ross, getting
Right.
on, bringing that, his silly self. But so
Absolutely.
I just honor the men in our lives that support the wild warrior woman in us.
Ashe.
And,
I
and
appreciate
that's what
that.
I got from that man just scaring the hell out of me.
Because that's why you yell, yes, girl. I was like, oh, I thought you
Yes.
was yes. I was
And
like,
then,
oh,
he like the bag. I'm like, go around front.
okay. And you just saying bag. You was talking about why that bag over there. You saw that bag like, oh shit, now I said, y'all playing, stop playing.
Oh, that was so funny to me after I realized he was doing that. Because look, I'm gonna have to get the heat and keep
Okay.
this
Okay,
heat out
man.
here with me.
So, girl, please. Now it go down. Miss
Uh,
D B, I want to say this before she was asking when you was talking about the overflow of the cup. What's the determining factor of overflow versus full cup?
That's a good question.
mm,
And let me tell you, sis, you will know. You
I
will not
say.
have a question. It
mhm.
will not be uncomfortable for you to
Right.
give or say
Right.
yes. It will
Yes.
not be tiring. It will not be draining. You will not have
Right.
to sit up and be like, oh, I really don't want to go, or I really don't want to do this. I really
Right.
want to say no. If you're not in a space where it's just a natural yes, or it's a natural I got you, or a
Hmm.
natural I'm gonna be there, then
Right.
there's no overflow.
Right. I
So
say.
you'll know if
Hmm.
your cup is just full. You could be on a high, or you can be like, I got it, but that's just a flow. That's just a full cup. I got
Right.
it, but or I can be there. But if there are any buts, if there are any I don't knows, if there are
Right.
any I see how I feel, then there's no overflow there.
Come on. Right. I like that. Great answer. Thank
Ashe.
you.
Ashe.
Yes. Whew, all right. We've been speaking for about 2 hours.
2 hours, girl. We've been
Yes,
talking.
we've been talking our behinds off. I love it though. I mean, and this was wondering when I did the first couple interviews because they've all been long. So just figure, I ain't around no women that are shy about talking. So I love it though because it's full. It's been fulfilling, and it can continue to be that. But as we go. What words of power or what lesson would you like to pass on to those who are listening, or to would you say to your children, your daughters, and even to your younger self? What would be something that you would say, and then give us your what, advertise yourself.
You go first,
Look, I
Kamaria.
mean, market yourself. Advertise.
Mark,
Kamaria.
yeah. Okay. Mm. Okay, because I have two younger daughters, and one of them is, girl, she a wild woman.
Yes, she is,
Let me
boo.
tell you,
That's my
baby.
girl.
Y'all not ready for when Jericho reach adulthood. Just get ready. That's all I can tell y'all. Get your pens ready. some things to take note of. But one of the things that I like to that I talk to them about and try to teach them is not to swallow their feelings or
Mhm.
their emotions,
Mhm.
but to find positive, self-serving ways to deal with those emotions. And
Right.
secondly, that to ensure that whatever trauma trigger you have does not enable anyone to control you.
Ashe. Ashe. That's
So, as a wild woman, many of us wild women, um, we define our wildness through our trauma.
yeah.
And I just like to encourage you all to know that you are still wild and bold and audacious without
Yes.
the trauma, with
Ashe.
with not allowing people to have the control and the power over you to push those triggers.
Ashe.
So heal the trauma, but keep the why.
Keep the wild
Mm.
on there. Make them quotes, doctor. Come on, get the quotes,
I'm
doctor.
working that. I hope he gonna send them to me. Shit.
I got you. I've been putting them up there. I got you, boo. Yes. I already over there writing too. So we're gonna send you your quotes, baby.
And then advertisement. Why look to advertise myself? I guess I would say to always keep attuned to, because as I said, I'm a scholar activist, so I keep one foot in the university and the other
Right.
foot in the streets.
That's right, boo.
Yes.
And I be up in them streets of the folk. So stay connected with Pipeline the Power, because if
Yes.
it's him, it's me, and if it's me, it's him, because
That's
we're
right.
together.
That's
Uh,
right.
Keep yourself connected to Pipeline of Power. I like to shout out Christina Singletary, aka Stina, aka Chef Fat, A Taste of the Kingdom, uh,
Yes.
and the founder of House by the Side of the Road. She does phenomenal work, and
Yes.
she really
She
does
does.
support my family.
Yeah.
Like she low key take care, make sure my husband okay when I'm gone. And
Yeah.
okay, let me tell y'all something.
Come on.
Ain't no funny business going on.
Come on.
Cause he don't roll like that. He's a
I
pure
say.
hearted warrior, and he don't roll like that. And she
Right.
don't roll like that either. But it is wonderful to have sisters around you who you can trust with your man.
That's
Yeah.
And if
right,
you can't
boo.
trust them with your man, they ain't your sisters. So
Mm.
a shout out to Stina. And then last but not least, of course, belikeagirl.org.
Yes.
We You can find us on belikeagirl.org. Put it in your browser, it'll pop up. You can find out more about us. And then, of course, last but not least, keep your eyes out for my book in the next years.
Come on now. Come
You
on.
know, oh yeah, girl, I gotta, that's part of it. The dissertation gotta become a book, and I plan on
Yes.
putting out a book before the dissertation.
Come
So
on. Come on.
yeah, stay connected to the cause. If you keep your ears to the street, you'll find me.
Yes. I say.
I'll say. Yes, Sister IfaTunmise.
Yes, for myself, I also have two daughters. Um, and the first thing that I already talked to them about, um, but that I always want to instill in them is to just be their most authentic self.
Yes.
In a world where a lot of stuff is going on.
Hmm.
Don't forget who they are. Don't forget who we are. Don't
Right.
forget who you are as a young girl, as a young woman, and as a woman.
Right.
Um, and stand on what you know,
Hmm.
because your people's beliefs can change.
Right.
Stand on what you know. Don't allow the society to change their beliefs. And if you stand on what you know, then you don't have to worry about that.
I say.
Absolutely.
Um, Also, the sister Kamaria said something very important. A lot of people define their wild woman through their traumas.
Hmm.
We have been for years.
Yes.
And I'll add to that, find the wild woman in you through your healing, because that's ultimately going to be who we are, you know. And as women and us all having daughters, our healing is what our daughters are going to see. They're going to remember they're going to remember us where we were at their first memories, and they're going to remember us another way when we are gone from here. So you always define their wild woman through their healing, because that's ultimately, you know, who we are.
Advertisement. What's your advertisement?
Advertisement. All right now. Oshun Sacred Healing House. OshunSacredHealingHouse.com. You can find all of my products for Omi Ife Essentials, all my healing products there, all of the services that I offer, as everything that I do. Yoni steams, you can get sound healing therapy, you can get yoni breathing therapy, healing womb trauma, all of that. You can get spiritual consultations and divinations. If I cannot help you, I have referrals that can assist you, and where you don't have to worry about funny business or being scammed, anything like that. It's the same on Instagram and Facebook, Oshun Sacred Healing House. And also their Oshun Sacred Healing House has a retreat.
Yes.
In this November, it's the 15th through the 19th of this coming November in St. Croix, the Virgin Islands. You do not need a passport. The St. Croix is part of the U.S., so you do not need a passport. You don't need a visa. All you need is a plane ticket. The retreat is healing the divinity within. So what we are doing is we are working on healing our ancestral lineage. People forget about our ancestors. So as Sister Kamaria stated tonight, we are vessels to heal some of those traumas and some of those things that our ancestors didn't get to heal when they were here. And that's what a lot of them are crying and coming through us for us to do, so that we can elevate here physically. And when we get to where we going, or when it comes time for us to come back, we don't even have to experience some of this stuff. So that's what this retreat is all about. We are going to connect with the great mothers of this world, the Iyami, our Oshuns, our Oyas, our Ostets. Like, you don't have to be, you don't have to have a religious background. Just come as who you are, because this is ancestral. It is for all Black women. It is for all of us. And so I am going to be having an early bird offer. It's going to start this coming Friday through Sunday, where you can receive $250 off of your retreat if you book your deposit during those days. So watch out for that. The website, as well as my Facebook page. And that's that. Oh, lastly, my Ile Otarupan Osa 1, 2, and 3. I'm so grateful. I'm thankful. Anybody who is looking for, I don't do recruiting. And if you're looking for a spiritual home, you can reach out. Spiritual guidance, just genuine love, no BS, just family.
Yes.
We are open. I will be doing divination, though, if you would like to join, because we don't just accept people. You know, we are about your destiny. And
that's right.
It's not a game. And so if that's not what you're on, we may not be for you, but we are open for assistance and guidance. So that's it. And thank you so much, Uru Academy. Like, I got to do something big for y'all. I don't know what it's going to be, but y'all have just always been so supportive and just always just love and there. And I appreciate y'all so much.
We love you and appreciate you too, girl.
Yeah, thank you so much, Nkoyo, for putting this together. Thank you so much. This has been a blessing.
Give thanks. I do, you know, as I end, and I do want to make certain everybody know that Again, wild just means that you are in the natural state, you untouched by those things that could change you. And you, when you find, like IfaTunmise was saying, you find the wild warrior woman through your healing, not through connecting with the traumas like Kamaria is talking about. Though that is a part of being that warrior within yourself, is really healing. That is, it's warrior. It's, man, it's a war to be, to go through that healing, to find that healing, to actually incorporate that within your life, so that you can let drop off those things that have come, that have changed you, that have harmed you, and those things, intentional, unintentional, and we have to continue to walk that way. So I wanted to do this because I just honor, I'm very introspective. I honor anytime I come in contact with anyone or any situation, I'm going to look at me, how it affects me, how could I have done something different, or how can I better myself. And I am grateful to have been able to experience, on the other side, the wild warrior women that have been about that healing. Because for a long time I was with experiencing wild warrior women that was in the trauma. They didn't know how to get out and move out of that, from trauma to healing. But it was still, they made do with the best what they had. They made do and made best of what they had. And so I've had to transition from that as well. I needed to know that I was no longer surviving. I'm not surviving, I'm living. I am not here waiting for the next thing to help me, or to heal me, or to make me whole, or to fix me. I'm living life, and I'm creating the life with which I know that I want. And I'm also just going with the ebb and flow as well. Because again, with that control, I don't even want to control my life. I want to go and ebb. I want to be like water. I want to be like water and live the most authentic, divinely led life for me, that to create the for this is Oprah said a thing. She said that she realized that people talking about, oh, you're living your dream life. She said, no, I'm living inside of the dream that the creator has for me.
Gosh,
That's what I'm doing. And that's what I want. And that's what I desire. And that's what I've been doing, is like living inside the dream of the creator for myself. That's the life I'm living. I'm desiring to live, and I'm pushing to live. And through this, I'm giving honor to those women, because a lot of times, again, as black, as melanated black women, we are not, we either told you either be a lady and dainty and classy, and or you are supposed to be the woman to take, you take it, you fight for everybody, you take everybody's shit, you take everybody's this, you're doing everything for everybody, so you get to be either or you can't be both.
Yeah.
I am multifaceted, boo. I am the author, the director, the creator, the supporting actress, the lead actress. I'm the key grip guy. I'm all that for, I'm not for
the
my life.
editor, the sound man,
Thank
all
you. All of that, baby. I'm all that. I am the stunt double for my life, for myself. So you can't box me in. And that's what, again, that's what makes us wild, because we are not allowing anybody to say, no, you're supposed to be this. No, I'm supposed to be whatever I am, boo. And that's what I'm gonna continue to be. So I thank you too for coming on and giving and having this beautiful conversation with me about your journey as a wild warrior woman. Please stay in tune, those are here or those who will watch it on the replay. Please be looking out for next week. We will be, again, this is for Black August, to honor my elders, my ancestor warrior, wild warrior women that have gone before me, have done great things in this month. Harriet Tubman, Fanny Shakur, Angela Davis, Kathleen Cleaver, Nina Simone, all Asada Shakur. These women who are multifaceted as well, but they are activists. Amy Jock Garvey, Amy Ashwood Garvey. These are women who have done mighty things for this month of Black August, as we call it. This is the month that revolutionary things have happened for us as Black people, or African people here in America. And I wanted to honor them by having this. So I catch me next week. I will have a new set of beautiful, powerful, wild warrior women. And then if each Wednesday into the month, into the end of the month of August, And again, I'll decide at that time if I'll be coming back to maybe do one or two a month from there on out. And I do have a we're working on the work is in process and progress, but supposed to be coming on, having starting a new podcast with my sister
Yes,
IfaTunmise. We'll be
yes,
doing
yes.
some things, some coming soon. So just be looking out for all those great things.
And we
Um,
need a T-shirt. We need a wild woman, a wild
okay.
Yes.
Yes, girl, come
woman.
on with the merch. My Irene sister, baby, she's looking out. Talking about how do we need
Already.
to represent? How I
I'm
need to
just
show
saying,
up? How people need to
branding,
wear it? Come on,
branding.
I'm gonna work on that.
You
I'm gonna
know
get it
that's
all. We're gonna get our ideas, and we'll probably get it to Mental Sun. Our brother, shout out for my beautiful logo
yeah,
up there at the Uhuru
yeah.
Mama
We
brand
also
logo
did
up
Osuntola
there.
Sacred Healing House.
Yes,
We
and
also
be
did
like a girl. Yes, this brother working.
okay.
Yes,
Yes, he is. That's the brother. That's the go-to guy. If you ever
yes.
need logo, some branding, Mental Sun is the guy to go to. And it's again within our collective. He has the same mindset. He understands us. We don't have to tell him a whole lot. We just give him an idea of what we want, and he coming back like, "Yeah, how'd you know? That's
Yes,
exactly what I wanted."
yes,
Yes, so he's great at it. So I give thanks for that. But I'll be back here. We'll be back here, same black time, same black channel. Be looking out for any and all advertisers. Again, support black people. Support the sisters that you've seen on the platform. Support those wild warrior women that's in your midst. And support again with like Sister Ifetumishe say, let's honor the balance. Support the wild warrior men that's in your life as well. Let's honor each other and bring back the balance of the divinity of the black family. And I give thanks for y'all. I love y'all. Don't mind telling y'all. This has been the Wild Warrior Women Wednesdays podcast and broadcast. I give thanks for you for joining us. Y'all have a wonderful night. Sisters, don't leave. I'm just gonna stop it live and we'll yes.
Peace.
But everybody, we see y'all later. Thank you for joining us. Again, Uhuru Academy, Uhuru Mama will be coming. I'm going to be doing a what you call it, a launching as Uhuru Mama Maternal Services, because I am working on being a grand traditional midwife. So I'm working on that, and you will hear more soon. Y'all have a wonderful night. Peace.